Hello and welcome to DCP Live episode number 145. We got a fantastic show this week. First up, Briar could not make it because, well, we ate him. He was delicious. Baby back braised Briar is one of a kind. And, well, we enjoyed it. Not going to lie. It's fantastic. It was time, exactly. Also, Fran is back. And Fran, I hear you were placing competitive alligator wrestling down in Florida.
Yeah, I was spending a lot of time in Florida working on my alligator wrestling. I have a feeling you have some lecturing that once you see the footage, but
I mean,
I was trying hard. I want you to know.
I'm not going to pass up a chance to drop a lecture. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, once I see that footage, I can critique the form. Absolutely.
But yeah, it was at Guardian Con and visiting family.
Nice. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Also, welcome back to the show, TheMavShow. Welcome back.
Thank you. Hi. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how many times I've been on this show. I just know it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Absolutely. Yep. What's new in the world of the TheMavShow?
Playing a lot of Resident Evil 2, actually.
Resident Evil 2 is a fantastic game.
It is a very good game.
We have like 8 hours of it to play tomorrow. So it's going to be, I don't know if I need to bring Tums or
Tums?
Pepto-Bismol.
Just because you get nauseous? Do you get nauseous from horror games?
I just get really scared.
Okay.
Ulcer-inducing.
Does it make you feel
very
nauseous
stressful
with fear? Because of all the stress. The fear.
It's very stressful. So yeah, you're going to need a little bit of anti-acid.
Stress, fear, suddenly you're getting a little nauseous from the stomach's boiling, you know, like the man's is coming to chase you.
And just
Mr. X.
Dude, Mr.
You only
X
get like 3 bullets, and it's great.
It's a stressful game, but it's fun. I love the remake that they did with that. So you're trying to knock.
It's very good.
You're going to knock all that out tomorrow. The 8 hours.
I'm going to try my hardest to just beat it. But right now, I'm just in the basement of the police department, and so far I'm very stuck. So we'll see.
You could do it. At that point, you could do it.
We went down the elevator. Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers.
It's scary.
The elevator, yep.
What difficulty are you playing?
Anytime you leave the first area of a Resident Evil game, it's like, stuff's about to get more intense.
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
It's about to, It's always like that in every game.
Evil.
Yeah, there's a room with like stuffed animals, and every time you burst in because you're running away from something, there's like a bird face or like a deer, and you're like, oh my God, I can't deal with this.
That's great. What else? You've been back into playing Destiny, right?
Yeah. I think I took kind of we were just talking about this. I kind of took a long break a while ago, like ever since.
Was it year 1 of D2?
Yeah, actually no, but kind of more so because of just people just like to target streamers that play the game, and I was like, I'm good. But Season of the Drifter, I was kind of back in with that, and then just kind of raided a lot, and then actually have been doing. I got the raid jacket for this last raid.
Nice.
So I'm pretty hyped about that.
That's cool.
It's nice because it's a slimmer fit, right? Whereas the first 2 that we had were like the poofy puffer jacket type stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a completely different fit. Was the first 2 where,
nice. It looks really nice. It's got like cool embroidering, and it like means something because when we started. Oh my God. Aries literally helped save the day too.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who was in our raid group with Clintus and everybody. But we started right when it launched, and then we didn't really do it in 24 hours. The next day though, I went straight from raiding to the airport to go to EA Play to give feedback for EA games. And then came back and raided, and then the week was over.
Oh,
so
wow.
I got it
Packed.
just in time.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy.
It's cutting it close. Yeah.
We did it.
Did you, are you a Gambit fan?
I like Gambit, but it's like Gambit Prime is great, but it's missing something for me. Like I love invading, and I want to be a reckoner, and I'm dredging. Like I have all the things, all the weapons, everything. I just feel like there's just something.
Do you like what the Drifter is pitching?
No, I don't like being called a sister.
You don't like his bad guy thing going on? Yeah.
I do. I think it's like the Cade we never knew we needed replaced by.
Yeah.
The Drifter. Like we have another goofball hunter-esque kind of bad boy who's like not a bad boy, but he kind of really is if you go back and like read about him.
It's like he's a bad boy,
terrible.
reformed a little bit, and then fell into being bad boy again.
He's a family-friendly bad boy now.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he literally admits that Gambit's a scam in the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of games of Gambit that I play, and I'm like, damn, this is a scam, man. I'm being
the whole thing is.
I'm being scammed hard here.
He just like tells you suck, and you're like, I know, and it's great. I just love it. Just
the best part is why he calls it a snitch. If you were a snitch, of course. If you were sided with the Drifter, then you're not a snitch.
I don't remember.
Oh, I'm definitely Team Drifter. If I would had to pick to choose more of a like serious fate deciding, like, are you Team Drifter or are you like Zavala squad? I'm like, I'm gonna probably go with the Drifter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you think it's just going to be more interesting going with the Drifter?
Yeah, I think almost like just keeps it kind of real, a little too real.
You know what to expect from Zavala. You know,
Yeah.
Like Drifter, it'd be more surprised, right?
Yeah.
Like he might sell you to the enemy.
He
Yeah.
might
part in
be
his
like,
experiment,
hey,
you know?
I got you a ride.
You want to
but
make an
you're
omelet,
in a cage.
you can break a few eggs.
Yeah. Zavala's going to have you do the tower taxes. It's going to be super boring. You're going to can't believe you.
Taxes.
You're going to be like, why did I even sign up for this? Unbelievable.
Tower taxes? Is there
Tower
turbo
taxes.
tower tax? that you
Probably
can
not,
use
man.
to Speed
This
up
is post collapse and post Red War and all that. They got rid of all that.
Okay.
They got to do it all by
They got
paper
rid
and crap now. It's awful.
Man.
Tower
He's all
taxes
right.
are
Messed it
worst.
up.
Yeah. Good thing you went for Drifter. Yeah. What is your main, Mav?
I play a hunter.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But I will say, I was trying to do the solo Juju Ascendant challenge, and it's very difficult as a hunter. It's almost rude that hunters are so
You could just not get
disrespected.
shot. That's all.
Sure. I could just
You know that
turn
you just
invisible.
I was just about to say, go invis all day.
That's actually what I did.
Honestly,
I was going invisible.
I haven't gone that route yet. I've only done golden gun runs, and I'm gonna try going in.
Seriously, for PvE, there's almost nothing better other than for DPS, but like going invis, I just love so much that I stacked a bunch of Paragon mods.
Yeah.
So my class ability constantly is
Yes.
recharging.
Oh my God.
It's really handy. It's crazy how often you're just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Feeling
yeah,
good.
exactly.
Get my health back up. All right. It's like you basically it's like a mulligan, a permanent mulligan.
Man, I've just been crutching so hard on Dragon Shadows lately. Like for the past
Oh,
2,
it's just
3
so
I was
weeks.
about to bring it up.
It's just so good. It's good everywhere.
In fact,
I've been
I've
using it all the
replaced
time.
reload with my dodge ability. Like
Yes.
I'm on another class and I'm trying to dodge reload because of Dragon Shadow. It's bad. I need an intervention, but not that.
I've been
not
doing the
that
same
big
thing,
of an
dude.
intervention.
It feels
I'm a
so
hunter main.
good.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, sure, Yarrow. I mean,
Are we all hunters?
not Fran.
Yeah.
except for Teft. Teft's the warlock. but
I'm
we are
definitely
all
not.
hunters.
Definitely
We
not.
know
a
he's a
warlock.
warlock.
There's a
Definitely
community
is.
conspiracy. It's like
Why does
You can
everyone-
watch the raid
okay,
footage. You're a warlock.
My community thinks I'm
force.
a Titan main, and I don't understand because I don't know how to play one.
it's
A Titan.
Something happens.
Not very well. I actually have been enjoying my Warlock, which is strange.
That is strange.
It's strange.
That is strange.
That is
Man, he's such a
strange.
good actor.
Peculiar.
You think he
you know?
wouldn't be a warlock man, but he is right here. Oh, man.
I am not and never will be a warlock main. I'm sorry.
Oh
Hunter for
no,
life.
no way. Oh God,
Yeah.
that jump is just.
I don't care how bad the supers are. I'll die with that. I'll go down with that ship with those bad supers. Have you ever tethered
Okay.
somebody and then not died? Of course not. You die every time. Your shield gets stripped off as you cast the tether. That's part of a perk. You get your health cut in half as casting it.
You get less health than the golden gun when you
It's
pop
the low
supers.
perk.
Exactly. I'm expecting a buff in the future to where one of the 6 golden gun shots randomly backfires into your gun and kills you. It's a perk, and it cuts you out of your misery quickly.
Man.
Mav, I'm curious. Have you always been a hunter?
Yes.
Oh wow, you're very.
I have the full cat suit. I was literally playing this today, kind of like a throwback.
cat suit.
Throwback Thursday, D1 raid. We played around on the moon.
Nice.
Yeah, the Trials cat suit is still my favorite.
Oh,
that was good. Good set
the
armor.
armament.
Yeah.
Like, it's glowy. It's awesome. I love it, especially with
Really good.
wildfire. It's very good.
Yeah, see, I switched from a warlock to be a hunter main. It only happened.
So this
once
is the
PC
Hunter
version came
show.
out.
Kind of. Yeah. We get every now and then.
Kind of.
Every now and then somebody takes it way too serious and thinks that we actually hate warlocks. And
Yeah, people get like
I was
upset.
Streaming. I don't remember what it was. I feel like it was last week, and someone was like, "I like DCP, but the warlock hate does get really old." And I'm like, "But it's a joke."
Yeah.
Nah,
like,
we're
It's
super
only
serious.
because they're so strong. Like we cannot raid
Jealous.
without one.
I mean, how am I ever gonna see? Here's the thing.
You can't.
It's great when
Really
a warlock
can't.
is in the party, but it's
Yeah.
really weird when you jump in their puddle and there's no reload. Like, who doesn't use lunafactions as a warlock?
It is odd.
We
Right?
had a little bit of drama in our raid group.
Yeah,
with
that's drama
lunafactions
causing
not
right
being
there.
Around.
Absolutely.
And we were like,
Uh huh.
but yeah,
Get
no,
tired
it's
of it after a while.
there's the stakes are high as a warlock because you're required to have certain pieces of armor. You don't get to play around. This is serious.
Yeah, exactly.
Do your job.
Do your job.
Put the boots on, for God's sakes. I don't have to physically reload my mountaintop. Jesus.
Oh my God, yes.
So how has Season of Opulence been for you?
It's been great.
It's been a good season,
been
right?
super. Yeah, it's been so nice seeing kind of like a bunch of the OG streamers coming back in the directory. That's been really cool. It kind of feels a little bit more like old time Destiny, where we were all just like,
does,
hey guys, we're playing Destiny together, let's do it. And now they're back and you're like, oh my God, I can literally ask anyone to raid with me.
Yeah.
Like, it's so great. But Opulence has been fantastic. The guns that just came out are great. Like, I've had a lot of fun kind of figuring out stats and numbers and all of that. So it's been something that I've actually enjoyed more. I get stressed out because I'm like, I should know this by now because like I've been playing forever. And
that's one of the great things about Destiny is that like it always feels like there's a slice of part of the game that you haven't really checked out. That Arantel was recently for me on that, like about a month ago, because of the menagerie. You could farm it, so I was like, I'll see what this is all about and get one of those Arantel rolls because I wasn't going to spend a bunch of weapon parts over at the gunsmith. That just wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Yeah, and so like that happened for me recently. Yeah.
Do you have the weapon parts, Steph? Do you just don't want to spend them, or?
Yeah, I'm like Fort Knox, man. I don't spend it.
Yeah.
I got 10,000 weapon parts.
I'm sure he has a million.
I thought the menagerie when it launched was pretty incredible. My mind was blown a little bit.
It was really good. Yeah, it's a really cool thing because it's not a raid, but you get to experience what it kind of feels like to play a raid, which is really nice for people who haven't been able to. I mean, even some of like, the gauntlet is a part of the raid.
Yeah.
So people
Yes,
get to
unfortunately, I don't think I've really survived that very much. Being very honest.
I'm kind of sad that they fixed it.
I know. I saw that patch and I was like, they were watching me. I knew it.
Everyone's sad.
They're like, I want the whole
There's no
tower to get across.
I think it was a complete wrong decision.
I think
understand.
If you made it through, I think you should still get points. But who am I to say?
How do you feel about the patching the chest for Menagerie?
I think
It's always the hot
fine.
question.
You think it's fine?
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think there's only a few things. I mean, I got the Austringer that I wanted. I got the Beloved that I wanted. I got I'm very lucky with my rolls, so I've been fine.
Okay.
You got farmed out already.
Yeah, I think there's not a lot of things that I really need from there anymore. I just think it's fun. So
What if you did need them though? Would that change your opinion?
Yeah. How would you feel
I
about
would
it
still
now?
run it daily. Like I would still hop
Yeah?
in and just go run it, and then hopefully I get it. If not, there are so many guns to use. But I don't know. Like
That's a good perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny on every show. This has been like the question that continues to come up because we knew it was coming, and then it was like, man, they're really gonna do this. Like,
and everyone's like, maybe when we load in this, like,
exactly. There's 3 of them. Yeah,
start playing taps for Menagerie.
Yeah, it happened 2 weeks ago now or something. Was it the weekend of Guardian Con or the one after, or the week of?
It was after Guardian Con, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's been about.
Wasn't it
2
July
weeks.
7th? It was July 7th, right? When
it was July 7th.
The day the Menagerie died.
Yeah,
July 7th.
But people are still playing it, so I don't know.
Well, I jump in and I get my power rewards, and then see, even when when the chest was not patched, I could stand about 3 to 4 runs before I was like, yeah, I'm kind of sick of playing this right now. I could do something else. But I would get all those rewards because I'd be running back and forth. So I'd average like 5, sometimes 10 drops, which was a loot explosion in terms of Destiny.
Yeah, it's still like I still go back and would ask the question like, what else has as good of a chance for loot as this?
Right.
You literally get to pick your roles.
It's still
you get to pick your gun. Like, I don't understand this. I don't
even
really
from the raid, like you don't.
from it.
Yeah, like you might get something good, but you might. You know what I mean? You probably won't, but at least here it's like, I'm guaranteed, beloved. You're guaranteed one.
Okay, so
and even when you finish the run, you actually get 2 weapons. So you're like,
not always.
That's awesome.
Not always. It's a chance.
Wait,
of that.
How do you get to? Oh, that's right. With your fully powered chalice, right?
Yeah, if you've upgraded chalice fully, you get. There's a chance of it.
Bad, man.
Are you still not upgraded?
Well, it's gone at E3, so I forgot to buy those chests. Yeah, and I kicked myself because I thought the Sunday reset on the chest was still active, and I just missed it. So I didn't get last week's because I was traveling. Anyway, I'm just.
Oh, Fran.
I just think it's very
basically
cool.
Done.
I'm actually the person that's against random rolls. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not
really
like a huge like.
Oh, you don't
I don't feel the need to like go find a gun with the rolls. Like, if I get one that's like kind of has
so
crappy rolls,
Gambit,
I'm kind of
and you don't like random rolls.
Well, I don't have a choice, and I always get the rolls I want. So it's like.
Oh, okay. RNG doesn't screw you. That's what you're saying.
It doesn't really spare me very hard. It really doesn't. But like, I'm not a fan of the random rolls. And if I can at least pick the gun that I want from this run that can take a while if you're not in a really souped up group, then that's cool. I'm happy that if I wanted the hand cannon that I didn't get the sniper, because that would really piss me off. Getting one chest, then I'd be like, excuse me.
I need to learn this form of Zen.
It's not a raid.
She's like, yeah, I don't know. It's good. And you have good RNG apparently. So it makes it easier, but it sounds like you have a better Zen than some of us.
See, also,
our Zen moment.
I'm just not mad about video games, right? Like, if there's something that I'm really stressed out about, I'll let them know, or I'll tweet about it, and they'll see it, and hopefully they know what to do and what's best. So far, it's been great.
Yeah.
But so you're a fan of MMOs though, and MMOs have a lot of RNG, right? And grind.
Not so much. Not so much like random things. It's more like you can work towards creating what you want.
I see.
Like you can create your own armor and you can build all that stuff rather than like
you like more direct paths.
Okay, you got this crazy gun with a weird roll that no one would ever use. Like so you take that material and then you create something you actually want is like how I wish it would work.
See, that's great. I wish it would work that way too.
That's funny because Menagerie's not. It's on that path. You're chef.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to point out though, because like we're talking about how pre-Menagerie and then what you get out of Menagerie in the Destiny universe.
Pre-Menage, post-Menage.
Pre-Menage is like, oh man, we couldn't imagine having something like this. Post-Menage, it's like, wow, yeah, you do get to choose exactly the type of thing that you're looking for and it drops and all that. That's not really the issue that I think the community's having. It's the fact that we were given the first taste of having an actual loot explosion in Destiny, and it's amazing. The game feels incredible when you have like that much potential to farm for, where you feel like you can look at the clock and be like, well, in an hour's time, I could actually potentially make some progress towards a role that I've been trying to get. Now it's like, it's going to be far.
12 months.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Yeah.
That is what's so interesting about it, though, that I think it's just hard to gauge. And by the way, I don't disagree. I think a lot of people landed on why don't we have 3 chests, an encounter chest or whatever. So as you play Menagerie, finish
just a
this
shorter
part,
timer.
get a chest, finish it, or whatever. Maybe you even have to finish the whole thing, but for everything you've done encounter-wise, you get a chest. So I think overwhelmingly a lot of people just feel like you need more options to cook up in there.
I don't know, because you run a raid, right? And it takes way longer and you get way less.
That's what I was getting at before. This is
with Menagerie, it's very quick. You can really kind of skate through the whole run, and then you
I think it depends on the modifiers, though.
Right. It just does depend on the modifiers, but like you literally get to pick. Like I just got 1K the other day. And there's still people who don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah, they buffed the
oh, you're talking about the RNG for that. Okay, got it. Because I thought you said that you literally picked 1K, and I was like, Mav, what Menagerie are you playing right now?
What Menagerie are you in?
This is new to me.
RNG. You didn't see it?
Was there a 4th rune slot? I didn't know about this. Jesus.
But that is what I was trying to get at. And it's funny, I think if people hadn't heard me speak about it before, they're probably like, oh man, Fran likes 1 chest. Screw this guy. Get him off the show. And I'm sure those comments will be there anyway. But there's something there when there's only again, first of all, it's one of the only places you can get this good of loot, plan it, and get it. There's almost actually there really isn't anywhere else. So
it's the only
to
place.
even be able to do it.
Oh, well, forges somewhat in terms of weapons, because you can pick those with the forge.
Yeah, that is true. That was a very good point. But you can't, it's not like you can pick range on a, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible.
Exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, it is
cool. It would be cool because the percentage is so random for folks. Like I know I have friends who have been running it and have hundreds of a certain type of gun, like Austringer, for example, and they've never gotten the roll they wanted. It would be kind of cool if there was something they could purchase to like raise the percentage of possibility rather than like, here's a bunch of chests. Like, I know you already opened like 10 of them in the back, but like, here's more. Keep opening chests. Like, we get a chest, you get a chest. And then it just becomes like, what's the point? It's like not very special. So it would be cool to kind of see like maybe like a 3 of coins thing possibly then for the run, and you have to like farm for it, or you have to run the Menagerie to get a coin, or like
that'd be interesting. Like you get an extra chest, you mean?
And you have to like buff. Like you basically like, oh, you didn't get the one you want. Well, you can get this coin if you finish the Menagerie, and then you can run it again, and then you can use it to try to roll it a second time or something, or give you a higher percentage, cool. Or something that's not so like give us more chests, because that's like that doesn't make sense to me, because like what the percentage it still doesn't work. Like it still isn't raising.
I think for me the thing that I would have liked the most for the change would just be somewhere in the middle, because I feel like after you've given the community a good amount of time with something being the way it is and people love it, it's just always going to be really hard to take that away. It's always going to be super difficult. So I think what might have been nice is getting the like just lowering the timer, because that's something that you can do without having to, add chests into each round, because that's not something they could do just, immediately, right? If you lower the timer, maybe you can run and get 3 rewards instead of 7, 8, then it's still rewarding. It's still going to be the most rewarding thing by far, and you're not completely cutting the community off of this thing that they've been used to.
So, hear me out.
Yeah.
Mav talking about re-rolling that gun. Like if there was a Callus workbench that in the tribute hall.
I'm down. You said workbench.
See, check it out. You go get the gun. If you get the gun from Menagerie, then you could bring it to the workbench and put in the same runes again. And every time you do that, like it doubles in cost of runes. That way you couldn't just constantly re-roll it. Like so if you got a new weapon, you could then re-roll it a few times, but the cost would get to the point where it wouldn't be worth it. Because at the end of the summer, we're just gonna have like thousands of runes if you play near daily and all this stuff. And it's like, what are you gonna do with those? They're just gonna sit there. So if there was like a workbench that you could put those runes into to then re-roll that stuff for the same effect essentially of running back and forth on the chest.
Yeah, like something like that where you could have like a roulette thing, or like a coin or something. I don't know. I think that just creating another chest with just like the drop rate is still low. Like it's still like the same. Like, I don't know. I think people would still be mad.
Yeah. But what I was going to say, what I was getting at before is I do agree. I think there's something in between, because now that we have a taste of it, I think there's an argument to be made that we play more when we have this assurance that something's coming.
Exactly.
That's what I'm noticing. You are willing to play Menagerie for 2 hours because of that. And when you take that away, it's like, I don't know if I'm really running it this week. Yeah. But just to finish, the counterpoint to this is, and I experienced it. I come back from Karting Con in Florida. I was out, and I forget what I had to run Menagerie for. It was something, and first round, I'm like running in, and it's funny. I had basically in my mind, I kind of lost all hope. I'm like, I'm probably never going to get what I want. I forgot. I didn't even think about the recipe I was going to craft. We get to the end. I was like, oh, yeah. I definitely still need a good beloved. And I was like, what is that again? Okay, green, blah, blah. So I pop it in. Lo and behold, moving target, snapshot, comes out of it. And the feeling was very different than had I been sitting there for an hour, and did that. So I don't know. I think there's something to that. Because, again, I think back when I finally got IS Luna and, in Destiny 1, and just that feeling of many months, obviously. But you still got to have that balance of where it's special.
Agreed.
Obviously, that means that those weapons need to maintain being special, though. So, like, if in 2 months, Beloved sucks, I don't know. I think that's always a risk, if you never had the chance to get these good weapons. That's another discussion, right?
Yeah.
See, the two extremes right now is pre-patch Menagerie and Reckoning, as it is right now. And I have very little interest to go and farm for a spare rations in Reckoning because it feels so like maybe I'll get one in 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe, and it's going to be a bad roll with just
right.
Reckoning could use a lot of work because I have no desire.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to the Reckoning. I have no desire because it's just so punishing to play, and especially if you are just trying to get in and do your lunch break. You're trying to go in real quick and run it, and it's just a disaster. And I think that is more stressful for me than the Menagerie. I think Menagerie for me is it's just so fun for me. I just really enjoy Menagerie. It's like being able to raid, but not so much. And then I get to choose what the heck I want to have. And so
plus you can't
I don't
fail.
mind.
Reckoning you can fail, and then you wasted your time.
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
Yeah, and then you have to start all over, and then people leave, and then you're like,
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah, because I like to look at these things from a solo friendly perspective too. And while Menagerie is definitely not difficult to get through, regardless of the modifiers, if you're playing solo and dealing with 5 other people that could have just bought the game and boosted up to Menagerie, that can be kind of painful. So I feel like those they have to be balanced.
It's very stressful. I think there are some encounters and some of the levels in the rooms that are in Menagerie that you might not actually get through because it takes a lot of coordination. Like the room with the ogres and the pits, that one's hard.
Yeah.
If you're not coordinated. But there are other ones that are fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it just takes you a little bit longer.
Yeah. It's not as much like Reckoning where you're like, oh my God, we're getting sniped, we're getting booped. Help.
You queue in, you look
we're
around.
All hunters.
Exactly. You queue in, look around, there's no warlock. You're like, who's gonna leave?
You're like, uh-oh, this is gonna be
Which one's gonna leave?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, Opulence has been good. I know there's been a lot of.
It's been really good.
It's been a lot of bitching and moaning about the Menagerie, but it's a great milestone.
Good.
Yeah.
I think it's really good that people are vocal. If you really don't like something, and you have good feedback, and you've been playing it, and it's still giving you stress, right on the forums, there's a huge active community leads that are going on in Bungie. They are very much around. They will hear you, if you are respectful and you're not just kind of pooping on people as you shouldn't.
Exactly.
They've been very good about taking feedback. I don't know, the last raid that they came out with was literally everything you like in a raid. It felt so good and so fun and rewarding, and it was great. And I wish it was longer.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, what? It's funny. Watts nailed it before. It's just because they gave us something so amazing, and it's once you take that away, we're of course just gonna cry about it forever.
Yeah.
For years to come. So, that, and to your point, Mav, it's be vocal about it though, because now I think we are in a good negotiation position. They've seen the potential, they've seen the potential. So hopefully they, incorporate that into what's to come.
Yeah.
And speaking of what's to come, in 2 months Shadowkeep is dropping.
Shadowkeep.
They've been showing some stuff on Twitter. You guys
Moon.
been seeing those videos that Bungie's been dropping?
Yes,
Yeah,
they're
there's
beautiful.
been videos that have been dropping. There's been like Polygon articles kind of delving into some
beautiful
different things. It's been really good.
It's
a lot
exciting.
of information that people might have missed actually, because it's kind of all been on Twitter, and
Mhm.
there hasn't been like this big info drop. It's just like, here's a little bit of something. Here's a Polygon article.
Yeah, it seemed like there were interviews out of E3, which is common. Things get held for a little bit and spread out. And then, so it's trickling out still. And then, so we've got that, like you were saying, Watson. Then today they dropped another sort of mini Vidoc kind of thing.
I like that they do that. I know that they were talking on the live stream show and like their updates about like this is going to be a lot, everybody. But I think it's great to have it trickle out, and it's great that they're using the Vidoc pieces, and because more and more people are coming back to the channel or wanting to join, or like they saw a snippet and they're like, "Ooh, what else is going on?" So they kind of go and scroll through, and they kind of can take the information how they can, and it's been really cool. It's been really fun to watch them kind of like play around with different things. Like they did like a funny tweet the other day about like your favorite emoji for the day was like yesterday was emoji day or something, and they like posted the diamond, and you're like, oh, that's adorable. But then they did like more serious things, like how money and how like being able to buy the game is going to work, and like they've been doing awesome. I've been really proud.
Shadowkeep is looking so good. The darkness figures,
style,
like the style, what they're doing and how they've revamped the moon.
So cool.
Like they show how they relit the moon to be more desaturated and more like dark feeling, just like that ominous, like something evil is present and type of thing going on.
It was so funny because we ran moon things this morning, and like the strikes, and you can kind of walk around and you're like, oh man, like they totally made this for last gen consoles. Because I started playing Destiny on the 360. So when you kind of look around playing from playing leap. Destiny 2 to playing like D1 and on the moon and stuff, you kind of like, it's very like plain. And as you said, like you can see the different lighting. Like it makes such a difference because you're like, wow, this is very like 2D.
Earlier today, did you say you were playing D1?
Yeah, we were doing like a throwback Thursday. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
We're going to the moon today. We're going to
go check out the moon. Yeah, because it's exciting, right? Because you've seen the moon and it's like, oh, the moon's back.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Makes me want to go back and check it out, honestly.
You should. Cool. It's been fun. We did VOG the other day, and we might go back and just every like Thursday do a throwback raid or something. Nice. And it's just been fun.
That's cool. Awesome. Yeah.
This good. Showing some of the like seeing that red keep.
Yes.
This is the Hive castle. Like usually anytime we see Hive stuff, we have to go underground. So the moon last time was all that real spooky looking stuff was kind of hidden from us. But it's just like right there in the open. It's red. It's spiky. It's like really awful looking traps and stuff in there. It's
scarlet
it's
red.
Looking so
good.
It's
scarlet red in there.
It's scarlet. Red.
Scarlet. Looking so good.
They even they've kind of been spoiling a little stuff here and there, like what looks like might have been an exotic rocket launcher that was being held.
That purple, that's definitely an exotic rocket launcher. That thing's purple.
Do you guys like when they show things like that? Do you like when they like spoil things, or would you rather like not see anything?
I would rather not see anything.
This is a big question because like I get asked all the time, like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
If I wasn't a content creator, if I was on a podcast, didn't stream, I'd be like media blackout and all that stuff because I want to just see it for the first time. You know, being on the podcast kind of makes me have to see it a lot of the times, what they're like showing. And that's always kind of a 50-50 thing for me.
Yep. I feel the same way. I mean, that's the thing. When you're this level of a fan, and some people can take that choice, like you're saying, Tef. It's like I choose not to watch this, where we kind of got to look at it. But I do think, like for most, right, and especially in the spirit of like bringing people back to the game and all that, like they've got to show stuff that especially makes it look new. Especially for Shadowkeep, it's like if everybody thinks it's just the Destiny 1 recycle, how do they make sure that you know that it's twice the size and that it does have this crazy red castle in it now and stuff?
And
like
they've evolved it.
Yeah, I definitely understand that side of it, right? Where it's like, how do you bring people back who have been gone?
And there's something to be said about us, the content creators, the super fans as well, is that you need to feed that fish tank. So like, how do you do that and get us nibbling? Well, they didn't say anything about that rocket, and some people were like, well, actually, I don't know if it's from Datamine. There's like a two-tailed fox ornament coming or something. I honestly don't know.
From pre-order, I believe.
Oh, it's the pre-order. That's right. So people were like, oh, I bet you it's just that. And it's like, we don't know, but it gives us this,
I hope not. That would suck.
Something to nibble on. But they only,
not
they
that
show
I use it, but it's pretty.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess the point is they are doing a good job of giving us like enough to talk about, but I don't think it's like crazy spoilers.
It hasn't been crazy spoilers so far.
But sometimes.
I don't think. Sometimes it's definitely like when we saw. I don't like seeing stuff like
a
like
raid
a
exotic.
thousand voices.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Yep.
Seeing that,
100%.
I was like, ooh, no. I want that to be a surprise for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I want that. I care less about maybe
Like
even if
more
some
end
new
game things to
Yes.
be like very hush, quiet. Sure, because like I mean, there's a raid races, like that's become a thing, and first person to see what's behind the door, you're like, oh my god, gotta get there.
Seeing someone get worlds first, you'd also find out what that weapon is, and you're like, oh my god, it's this thing.
We have to go
Exactly,
faster.
yeah.
We need that.
Yeah.
Who's gonna get it? Who's
Yeah.
gonna get it?
Yeah, but I like that when stuff shows up that is as big as like 1,000 voices, and like I would hope that they don't keep on showing like raid exotics before we get them. I don't know what the reason to do that is, unless
No,
you're trying to
in the-
convince us to raid.
In the past year, 2 years, they've really kind of been using that as the carrots to get people in, to be like, check out these exotics you could earn, because exotics are the big thing. Galahorn was a big thing in D1. Let's show these exotics to get people excited about it. And I wish that wasn't the case. Yeah.
I think it's also because Destiny's weapon design is just phenomenal.
True.
So people are going to see that and be like, oh man, that looks
true.
really cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially with new exotics. I think with like Lumina, like that was cool, seeing new exotics and seeing them do something kind of fresh and different and new. And even if it's not everyone's favorite thing, it's very strong and like very good and like
Yeah.
looks awesome. It looks like a sibling gun,
Mhm.
but it's not it's not Thorn, right? So
Right.
you're like, oh man, like if they can come up with something like this, I wonder what they've been working on then, because like we haven't seen new guns in a minute. Like it's with the Juju's out now, which is cool, but I've never been a fan of it because it looks like a hive
You don't like the look
appendage.
Somebody ripped a hive arm off, took off the bone, attached something.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah.
Bad juju. I'm glad it's back for the nostalgia. That was the biggest thing for me. Is I was just like, it just feels
Oh my
fun to use because it
God.
reminds me of Destiny 1. The metal.
When Thorn came
sound,
back,
you
I
know?
was like, I'm about to die a lot in Crucible. I'm about to just die a lot.
Hey, I got a question. With Season of Opulence, do you feel like there's been enough secrets so far? Or do you feel
really.
like
Opulence.
do you feel like, this was supposed to be the season of secrets?
This was
Right?
season of the redacted super secret season.
Well, wait,
Yeah.
did they
Maybe
ever
they're coming.
correlate
True.
those two, or they just redacted
No,
the
they
name?
definitely said this was like the season of secrets. It's gonna be. They definitely.
Maybe we
what's
haven't
funny-
found them. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
You know
they're
what-
still coming. Maybe it's gonna be secrets leading up to Shadowkeep. Like maybe that's what. Part
Do you
of-
think that they'll actually do a leading up event something? Because
so.
that is my favorite in every MMO when they
Same.
like take the time to like lead up to something that's happening.
It'd be
Yeah, what if
spooky
you
as
saw the
hell.
moon in the sky?
It'd be spooky if you saw some of the shadows like in the sky and some of the skyboxes.
appearing?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're on Nessus and you're like, what the
God.
hell? It's like
You're like,
Yeah,
uh-oh.
those frigging floating bodies
So, like-
are just appearing all of a sudden. That would be crazy.
They should
the
put them in
Dementors-
Crucible. Be
the
like
Dementors start
spooky
coming in.
prowls, but instead of spiders, it's bodies.
yes.
Nessus
So you're just
51.
running around in Crucible, and then someone just appears.
A body just
Aliens!
drops.
Oh my god.
That would be cool. That's something I always bring up Fortnite, which has just been amazing in terms of doing those real-time events and stuff. But it would be so cool to be out there. What if we were like playing and they said something's going to happen, and you were on any planet and on the sky you saw like a poof,
I've
and then there's like
That'd be
these
cool.
floating bodies all of
Yeah.
a sudden, and you're like, I would lose my mind, even if it was just like cosmetic. But I hope that Destiny's moving towards that.
I've always loved world bosses. Like I'm a Warcraft original player. Like that's where I'm from. Hi, World of Warcraft. It's me. Destiny and Elder Scrolls Online kind of broke my Warcraft addiction until Classic's about to come out. But the thing that they've all done Elder Scrolls Online as well, as they've had like big world events where in any zone there's something crazy that happens on a timer, and it's chaos and it's fun and it's rewarding. And it would be really cool to see something like that with the moon as something like a new concept, and just sort of bring back like I don't really feel like I need to go to a planet right now because nothing's happening over there. Like,
yeah.
I know that escalation was the thing, but like,
yeah. How close do you think escalation hits that mark?
It was fun actually having to get the shotgun, but I have it, so now I don't. So it's like I wish there was something that was like rewarding enough to continue to do, and I wish crafting was something in this game, which I don't know how they would fit that, but I love to craft, and that's like an itch that I wish that I could do, which is why I'm sad about random rolls, because I wish I could make my rolls, but
I wish you could craft the ornaments, honestly, because
I wish you could craft stuff.
Yeah, like if you had to put a bunch of time to unlock the ornament with crafting, I think that'd be a really cool trade-off to where you don't feel like, oh, well, you have to have this unlocked, invest that amount of time to feel like the gun is going to be useful.
It's just like D1, right? Like I was laughing today because I was like, oh my God, back when you had to actually use it to unlock it, like to unlock the perks, you had to actually use the gun.
I love that. I miss that.
I love that.
I miss that too. I wish that it was like that because like then you'd have to try a different gun, and then you'd have to unlock it and then really try it again because you just unlocked it. And
so there's a lot of people that hated that. And
there is,
I don't understand it because that like
I like
it
that
made
better
you,
than random rolls. I think
it made you invest time into the weapon to see what it felt like, and then by that time you'd like killed 1,000 enemies and it's leveled up. You're like, I really know what this gun feels like now.
You know, that kind of, so today there was an article with Polygon about Shadowkeep's Armor 2.0 system, and I don't know how we're going to level up armor, but what they were saying is that, so we're going to be getting mobility, recovery, resilience, and then we're also going to have intellect, discipline, strength, all that stuff.
Whoa.
They said that it seems like you're going to have to level up your armor. So you're like powering up your armor to increase its capacity, which then lets you equip more mods to that armor.
Is that like a new light thing?
Overcharge your armor?
That must be a new light thing because it's going to be like free. So like you would have to create something like that to have people invest time into the game, because then like, okay.
Interesting.
This seems like definitely closer to kind of giving us that feeling of getting something and then leveling it up. So you get, so the way it sounds from the article is that you get the armor and then you can maybe equip one mod. It's got like one slot for the mod, and then you can just level it up and get more and more mods until you hit the max of that armor. So I really like that, because even when we had Solstice of Heroes before, right, where we had to take the base armor and level it up and it changed the way it looked and all of that, I loved that as well. I love that. So I was always hoping that they would kind of put something like that in the game, because I've always just enjoyed getting something and making it my own through playing with it. Makes it feel more special.
And it just, it makes it feel more special. You feel like you worked really hard for a weapon, and you actually might want to use it again because you're like, oh, well, this gun I've been through so many things with, so I want to use it.
Exactly.
That's definitely how I play. So
yeah, I identify with that big time. I get like that's emotional attachment to the gun. That's why I have a bunch of stuff in my vault, because I'm like, well, it was a time where I went through that phase of using that scout rifle a lot, and I don't want to get rid of it.
Like I wish there were some guns from year 1 D2 that would just get the extra perk.
Yeah.
Come on, just bring them up. Bring them up.
Yeah, exactly.
But it sounds like armor's getting a lot of like just modding, and like you're gonna have to think about like you said, intellect, discipline, strength again. There's gonna be a lot going on there.
I'm glad it's gonna matter. Like just the word matter happening in Destiny is just gives me goosebumps because I'm very excited. Also, the moon's haunted, so that's great.
Yeah, and I was gonna say it came out, I think the day after of the show last week, but I don't think you brought up mod finishers yet either, right?
No, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, which is like in line with, it seemed that this interview that you had linked to, Watts, was like the extension of that same discussion.
Yeah.
They're like rolling out all these details. But mod finishers, leveling up the armor, finishers will be different than your mods that you can finish with. So like an example, I believe, was like maybe you want to, this was just an example, but you finish someone with your finisher, and if your mod says, oh, I might get some heavy ammo out of that, or there was like other potentials.
There was like a mod that they said, just as an example, because of course all of that is not completed yet. They're still tuning stuff, but they said that if you get a finisher, it drops heavy ammo for all your team. So you could have a mod where, you can go for that finisher, and it's going to be risky, but you can get, heavy ammo for your entire team if you use that mod and get that finisher.
Please, Bungie, please do not let that work in the Crucible.
Oh my gosh.
Don't let it work in the Crucible.
Oh my gosh.
Please, Bungie, please.
I don't know if it would be in the Crucible.
Only
but,
on enemies.
I feel like, no, I don't think so. I don't think.
Stranger things have happened.
Great.
But it stuck out to me how much they stressed. They said, look, your finishers, your cosmetic, whatever you want to do, you want to do a dance and finish someone fine, that's not going to affect what the mod is, because that's a separate slot, by the way. So you can have like a lot of slots and stats.
It's almost like an extra emote, right? Because
in a way,
even if you trigger it, then oh my god, the things they could do. Oh, I'm so excited.
Just doing the finishers alone, like doing a fun or really cool finisher, will be very tempting. But now on top of it, it's like, oh, I can also
you get a bonus,
like slot this ability.
Yeah.
It's amazing they're going that deep. So
I love it.
They say Armor 2.0. Now you're talking about leveling them up. It sounds like they really mean it, that it's going to be significantly different. It's hard to imagine.
Just to really clarify what Fran said as well, the finishers, like the actual cosmetic look of them, you will get from Eververse, but the mods, like how it affects your gameplay, you will not be able to get that from Eververse. So,
Good.
So I don't want anyone thinking that you're going to be able to buy mods from Eververse and get heavy ammo or get super energy or whatever. You can only get the cosmetic the way that it actually looks.
That's a good point. I didn't even think that it almost forced them to create a separate slot, because you can't, sell. Like that's what they were saying about the Eververse. You can't sell something and then get an enhanced, heavy ammo mod for your finisher. And so that'll be a separate thing. But give us a lot to think about with our armor and Shadowkeep.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Honestly,
I can't wait. I've always said, anytime I've ever gone to Bungie, I've been like, Destiny's always going to be better when there's more RPG elements. That's just basically all I say every time I go.
I just can't wait.
Too.
I just can't wait, because that's like my wheelhouse, right? Like I just love the classic MMO style playthrough, and Destiny's always been a little different because it's a shooter MMO, really. And then now it's just they're leaning into it, and I'm stoked. I'm stoked. They're open. Yes. They came out of the MMO closet, and we're like, we're doing it. And so I
love it.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm down.
It's definitely
so much
needed.
Fun, though. Yeah, it's been so much fun. It's been fun to kind of see everyone rallying to I had so much FOMO when I was watching Guardian Con. This is like the first one I didn't go to, and seeing everyone so excited about the new Destiny stuff and just excited and just ready to just go. Like people want it now, and that's very different than last year's vibe. Yeah. So I'm very excited.
It's true. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I'm in kind of a weird streaming moment right now where like all the things I really want to play are in September. And I don't want the summer to go away, because I really enjoy summer and the summer heat and all that, but like I'm like, man, I just want September to be here, because that's the things I'm interested in streaming.
Now's the time to take your breaks, streamer friends. Like now is the time for you to kind of like take a minute, go outside, say hello to your family, and then lock yourself in your room for the remainder of the fall.
It might actually not be a bad idea to have just a week off before everything drops, and just like go on a little mini vacation, spend time with family, be like, love you, I understand, be prepared. I am leaving when it's September.
I literally, even for day one rating and stuff, like, and especially with DLCs and expansion launches and like D2 launching, like I meal prepped and I was ready. Like I have a medicine ball coming to change the way I sit. Like there are like, we're going in on this. So awesome. I'm very excited.
I feel like I should invest in a medicine ball. That'd be cool.
It's
just a medicine ball or one of those big
yoga ball.
Bosu,
like the big yoga ball.
Yeah, yoga ball, not a medicine ball. Medicine balls are heavy.
Yeah, I was like, wow, are you gonna like throw it against?
Just gonna be like, cool, headshot.
Fran missed the tether again. Throw the ball at the wall.
That's how you get your
Give me 10 push-ups, Fran. You missed the tether.
Pick up the ball and you can slam it. That's
You just see
perfect,
Fran
actually.
bouncing in the bag, just like
Exactly. Actually, the
hefty
birthing bounce.
explanation.
The
Fran's just there,
lecture.
like, it's okay. I'm listening. Yes, Tefty, I'm paying attention.
Oh.
Yep, I will do.
All right, that's good. It's good.
But actually, Tev, you need a medicine ball with my face on it.
Okay.
And then you can that's separate. You can throw
Just
it at the wall.
toss
when
around.
You just-
All right.
when you get upset. Yeah.
Gotta
Tev actually doesn't get upset at me. He just lectures me.
Actually, I actually
just
own
a
medicine
little
balls.
lecture.
I got a 10-pound and 8-pound medicine ball. Maybe I need to go
Whoa.
get like a 15-pound one.
Yeah.
You know, do the whip around the head type of stuff. You know,
The whip,
you know what I mean? The old
Something.
whip-a-doos.
old whip-a-doo. It's gonna be a finisher in Shadow
Yeah,
King.
old
Yo,
whip-a-doo.
that'd be amazing. You whip out,
Oh my god!
an
there's
energy
gonna be a
medicine ball.
finisher.
you do the whip-a-doo and uppercut them with it. Yeah, I like it.
Perfect.
I really hope Bungie goes crazy with that stuff and like just
Yeah.
super wild, you know? Because if it comes
I
from
hope
Eververse,
so.
I think it's awesome. The more weirder that stuff is.
I just figured it's funny. I hadn't thought about what finishers I want, and I don't know why this popped into my head. But all of a sudden, I was like, the finisher I want, more than anything, is from Kill Bill when she freaking plucks that eye out. That's what I want to
Oh,
do.
boy.
If you guys have seen
Aggressive.
Kill Bill, it's an amazing. That's the finisher.
Would that make
Everyone
it?
thinks I look like Uma.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe
See
you got
that,
a
yeah.
little Uma vibe, and I thought of that. It's also one of my favorite.
Would that push it over to MA?
Really?
Would it push it over to MA? Plucking somebody's eye out
Bro, probably. Deb, probably.
and dropping
With a
it on the
finisher?
floor and kicking them through like
What
a
if
door?
there's no blood?
A
I
wedgie
actually don't think it
finisher.
If it's a robot eye,
wedgie finish.
does it have to be brought up?
Right. If it's
Probably
the
not,
Vex.
right? If it's a robot, yeah.
Yeah, I think as long as there's
that's
no
fine.
like super blood and gore.
But what
it's
if you
fine.
do it in the Crucible?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
You don't.
Yeah.
They're
No,
not
I
allowed.
think it'd be fine. Wait, what would you
doesn't
guys?
work.
Let's just quick one. What would you guys have for finishers?
Oh, that's
I already said
I think
mine.
wrestling.
I already said my
What'd you
medicine
say,
ball
Tess?
one.
You're gonna go with the
The
medicine-
whip-a-do
okay.
energy. You whip
I
out an
would
energy
want,
thing.
I would want like the Undertaker wrestling
Oh.
finisher, or like some like
Sounds
I
awesome.
want like a wrestling. Like that's me. Like I love
iconic.
wrestling, and so I would want like to give someone the people's elbow, or like
That'd be.
give
Oh,
someone
no,
a
actually,
chair,
I mean-
or like
Oh, a chair would be
literally
cool.
It can't
anything.
take forever though, Matt, because you know wrestling. they get like line the whole thing up. They go outside the ring.
They
It's
like
gotta,
spin. They like look
Yeah,
at the crowd.
it's
and
gotta
look
be
at the other
fast.
side.
I mean, they could speed up certain things. Imagine giving the chair to an ogre.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh
That'd
my
be
goodness!
awesome.
There's an
I'm in.
invisible chair. You
Like-
just slam it.
Bam!
That would
The
be good.
ogre
I think
slams to the ground.
yeah, I think I thought of mine because I thought when I heard about
Triple
this, I'm like,
H. Oh my
anything-
god, dude, I'm down. Please,
I was
if
like-
you're watching, please give me a wrestling finisher. That would be
yeah, I was thinking Bruce Lee was originally where I started with this, and that's how I got led.
Oh,
to Kill
nice.
Bill.
Oh,
I want my
yeah.
ghost to just go straight up killer mode. The ghost
Oh,
just
your
takes
ghost
over.
is the fan.
Yeah.
It's like a
Turn
Terminator,
red and just,
Terminator
like,
ghost type of thing. Just
Sucks
Yeah.
the light out of
Would it shoot-
everything. Goes dark.
Oh yeah, that would work. I thought it was gonna shoot like a laser and vaporize them. Like, all right.
be like,
But then I
what?
want it to have a
Where's
voice line
that been the whole
after,
time,
too.
Ghost?
Yeah, I want him to turn like super evil for a second, then is like, back to normal. Okay.
Lots of
Great.
options. Here.
Almost fail safe. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
See, now that's the next thing that they need to add. After finishers, we need an alternate super that uses our ghost to do some crazy
love that.
ultimate move.
oh my god.
You know? So instead of new
What if you
supers,
get-
it's ghost supers.
Yeah, you
Ghost
actually.
supers.
There's now going to be mods on Ghost 2.0.
Yes.
So first of all, you can mod the way they glow and look, and second of all,
Yes.
you can mod a finisher. Yeah, I love. where
Let's
this is
go
going.
deeper.
Perfect.
And now throw some XP. You got to unlock some perks. All right.
Yeah, just
Yep.
fix Lord of Wolves first before you add that.
Yeah. Lord of
Karate Kid,
Wolves.
something Karate Kid has to happen. Yes, that
Oh,
would
yeah.
be so strange if it didn't.
It'll be interesting to see because again, like, don't you guys think it'll have to be how do you envision the finisher happening? Like, won't it have to be pretty like fast? Like, what would you picture when you really think about it mechanically working? Because for me, anything extravagance, that's too like much like an emote. It'll take forever. It's gonna have to be like
It needs to be a
I don't know,
30-minute
like pretty-
cutscene.
quick. Yeah.
30
Like
FPS though.
30
What
FPS,
is it? Is it
30-minute
a-
cutscene.
Like, is it, I could
I
picture
don't know.
obviously
Maybe there's like different length ones. Like maybe there's one that's like instant and you just like drop on someone and then you just like nod. Or like maybe there's
some are
one
like
where you're like
Apex.
something like that. Something. I hope they elaborate more because like I won't even get started with Apex.
Right. Well, meaning like in Apex,
Don't get me started.
you choose to engage in like what is it, about a 5-second or less
like a
cutscene
big
thing?
It's like a
It takes time.
it's like a big finishing move for that, but you're literally taking out a character or a person, so it's like you can get interrupted. So I like if those are in PvP, that would be incredible.
Yeah, I could see it for PvP. I was thinking for PvE, like you.
PvE, I think I don't know. I think that'd be too long if you're trying to kill a Thrall and you're like
right
going around in the wheelhouse, basketball under your leg.
the whippity doodah.
The whip it now. Well, I think there's probably like a guaranteed amount of time that they take for those to happen.
A window.
And then they all have to fit within that window. I would imagine. Because like, if there's going to be some sort
I
of...
would assume so.
Yeah. Like if there's an Eververse thing that you can adjust the look of it and then actual benefits for using it, they can't make it some like long-winded finisher every time where you start getting sick of it every time you do it. But you're like, man, I need that heavy ammo. It's probably going to be like a 3-second type of thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But that'd be fun.
I'm glad it's an option. I think it's something that they've never done. So it's like, ooh, that's something that I've always loved about Bungie though, is that they've always sort of like pushed the limits. Like people still can't copy what they do and they're stressed out. And I'm like, you guys are still revolutionary. Like just relax.
It's true.
But seeing them kind of like push out of their mold and even with like being an indie dev now, like that's pretty incredible. Like,
yeah.
Good job, guys.
This is their first release being fully independent. So it's really exciting. It's really exciting for them, right? To be completely in control of something. And then it looks like it's going to be incredible.
Yeah. Oh, really I just realized what mine would be. Okay. Whips out a giant tea bag and just like a sandbag, but it's a tea bag right over their head, knocks them to the ground.
I love
and
it.
then like puts it back in.
You're like a respect kneel, but you land right on them.
Sip some tea after.
Yeah.
I like it.
There was a THWAB. We should probably talk about that. Some stuff.
Was that everything from like the armor article and everything?
I think for the most part, it wasn't like a super in-depth article. It was just kind of letting you know more about how you're going to level up your armor, and there's going to be the D1 stats coming back. And they are also going to be working. They're widening the range of mobility, recovery, and resilience. So that's going to get a little bit of changes as well.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it does, because I think something like mobility, for example, could really add interesting things to the gameplay. Like maybe it includes handling. I think if it included handling, that would be really good.
Yes. And do you feel like certain classes should not be able to go as fast? Or do you think that would hurt the gameplay? Like, do you think hunters should be able to have the highest cap for speed? So if you want to spec into the fastest hunter, you are the fastest person, and like Titans technically shouldn't be the fastest, but in the past they have been.
I think that's fine. I think Titans have always been just kind of more defensive and stronger than a Titan will ever be. So it's like there has to kind of be a balance there with like being a well-rounded group or fire team. I think that would be awesome.
If there was a cap on the speed, then there would also have to be a cap on like armor. So when you see a Titan, you're like, oh, he's going to take a lot more shots than this hunter.
Sure. Yeah, I guess there's also that argument too of like you see a hunter and you can't even click on him anyways, right? Then you're like, oh my God, like just sit still. But
yeah, like right now, don't you all have the potential same max mobility speed?
Basically.
Right now?
Yeah.
Like they all have
pretty
the
much
mobility affects your strafe speed.
If it was a race.
Yeah.
Right now.
That's right. Yeah, you're running forward is all the same top speed, right?
Yeah, unless you equip a pair of boots or something.
I was gonna say, I feel like it needs to stay that, because like just the thought of like, I don't know, someone running ahead or like that, I don't know. I just feel like it would cause problems.
It breaks
versus saying, well, then just play a warlock then, because they're the fastest. It's like, well, I don't know. Yeah.
See, it breaks in PvP, but if they're going more towards a RPG aspect, then they need to embrace these things, right? to where it's more RPG based.
Valid point.
And
yeah, I think in PvE it would work really well because you could even add situations where like maybe there's something in the raid where you have to be a hunter to be able to jump that high to reach it, and people would have to really think about their team comps. We need that Titan because he has the most armor, takes the most hit points. So I think in PvE it could be really interesting if they leaned into classes and classes being more unique. For PvP, yeah, it totally breaks.
Completely breaks it.
Completely breaks everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think if they were to lean into mobility being just about general speed instead of not just like running speed. So maybe you jump a little bit higher, maybe you switch weapons faster, stuff like that, instead of just being faster.
Yeah,
maybe
affecting your handling would be really cool.
Balance, yeah, that would be great because then you still have that feeling as a hunter of you have the highest mobility. You're the fastest, you're the quickest. So I think that would work well.
Yeah, because like if the trade off is you can take more hits versus being able to swap weapons quicker, like that's a good trade off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm hoping like with this change that they're gonna really make it meaningful where you're like, oh man, do I want to get my health back faster? Because then I can't do this other thing. Whereas
I think they should have something where it takes away from something else. I don't think you should just be like, you're fast now. Congratulations. You're
Sonic.
a hunter. Yeah. I think there's that's like in an MMO, right? You have to pick and choose what trees and things and perks and just how you want your character to play.
Yeah.
And I think they should bring back a little bit more of that to Destiny. It might be a little bit more confusing because they're kind of going back to like the D1 tree where you're just like, what is happening with all of these lines here? But
yeah,
I don't know. They've learned a lot and I'm interested to see what they're up to.
Yep.
I'm interested too.
I haven't seen anything. I'm so jealous of everyone that went to the
yeah, they've seen Shadowkeep, which is nuts, right? Like
what? Like, please. I'll come over.
Yeah, nobody here went, right?
No.
That's the thing. It's like even if I had been invited, it would be so difficult because then you wouldn't be able to talk about it. It's like right now with Borderlands 3, I got to play Borderlands 3 and I'm like, now I don't.
It's smooth. It's awesome. There are guns. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's like now everything. I don't want to go back to Borderlands 2 because I already know what 3 felt like. And I'm like,
yeah, I mean, well, that's a price you got to pay for getting an early.
Exactly, man. This price is brutal.
It's especially bad going from this to Shadowkeep because with Shadowkeep, it seems like they've actually changed a lot of base systems. Whereas, going from Destiny 2 to Forsaken, they added a bunch of stuff into the game, but the actual change wasn't there was the weapon slot change, which was huge, but this is like system huge changes.
Do you remember when we went to test the Forsaken stuff and then we went back to live servers and we were like, oh,
it's depressing.
Oh, no.
I think it's a nice problem to have.
It's a nice problem to have, for sure.
These 2 months are going to kill me, Fran. You don't
exactly.
understand.
But it does kill you. It kills your soul.
But in those events, there's like, I totally agree in general, by the way, but it's like you only get to play so much as well. It's not like you got so deep.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying that them playing Shadowkeep is probably more of an impact than us playing Forsaken because they've changed like the very base systems, like adding more of the perks and the intellect, discipline, strength. So that must feel very, very, very different. And the Armor 2.0 and all of that is like very different. So I'm sure they're probably feeling the change right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a good problem to have.
That's cool.
For sure.
So the THWAB.
Yeah.
What was in the THWAB?
Start with. I think we should start with the softball. So before we get to the big bad juju nerf.
Okay.
Not nerf, but sorry, it's not a bad juju nerf, but
a
little bit of punishment if you
a little bit of justice in the system.
A string of curses for ye who cheesed. But before we get to that, I think the Lord of Wolves discussion's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you want to read through, but the short quote was, "This will be the last Iron Banner before we deploy an update to Lord of Wolves."
Don't forget,
not in this one,
guys.
Ooh.
Big yikes! I thought last Iron Banner was the last one with Lord of Wolves.
Well, you get another chance for the emblem, definitely.
I feel like it might have a lot to do with like not having time to work on that. They've said that in the past, like. They don't want people to crunch, and that's why they pushed it back last time, and maybe that's why. I don't know if they said anything about that.
Yeah,
I think it's a combination.
I'm completely fine with that, obviously.
fixing things.
Don't use it, lol.
Yeah, just don't use it, Forehead.
I hear that it deletes
don't use it.
all of it. It takes your entire Bright Dust and Legendary pool and completely empties it out when you use Lord of Wolves. So public service announcement, please don't use Lord of Wolves. You're going to lose all
That's
your...
That's how you pay back. If you cheese,
it goes into my account. Thank you.
Yeah. This is just a warning. We want to help out.
Yeah.
These vengeance perks. What's your Titan one?
Oh, Reversal of Fortune.
Reversal of Fortune, yeah. If you kill someone with a striker
bottom tree
twice.
Striker, all right, and you kill them, and then you run to the other side of the map, and they happen to be spawning, and you kill them again, you automatically get kicked to orbit. Reversal of Fortune.
Because Striker lasts so long.
Fair and balanced.
Oh my god!
I actually really like that one where it's like, by the way, there's this like passive perk that you
be like, hey, you should have paid attention.
You're
a
jerk. Boom, you're out of here.
Looks like you were just randomly left clicking. You shouldn't do that. You should pay attention.
That should just be a Crucible perk. That should just be in Crucible.
Yeah.
And I will say I teabagged a bottom tree striker today.
Were they wearing?
Oh yeah, I did.
Because they were being that person.
One eye mask, all of it. Mountaintop recluse, one eye mask,
toxic.
Bottom striker.
Just working out the meta. Just like
they're just testing some things out. Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
As long as you're okay, you just understand people hate you. But if you're okay with that, then it's fine. Everything's great.
So back to Lord of Wolves, though. I mean, it sounds like we understand why. They're waiting.
Why are they nerfing
a bit longer till they fix it?
Well, why are they nerfing?
For those who haven't been following,
I don't understand. It's great.
Lord of Wolves is insane in PvP. Feels really overpowered. Most people agree with that, and they want to see it fixed. And especially like an Iron Banner, it's just running rampant.
Oh my god!
And Iron Banner is back July 23rd, starting at 10 a.m. Goes through 10 a.m. Pacific time to July 30th. So, as a they said, look, we can't fix it right now, but you can get an emblem and a special triumph if you do play Iron Banner. If you played it last time or this time, you'll get sort of credit for the we know it's rough, but thanks for sticking with it.
I do need the shader. So, because the last time I spent all my tokens getting Swarm of the Raven. Yes, I got it on basically my very last.
Ooh, cutting it close.
Little bit of tokens, yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting the shaders.
I'm looking forward to the armor.
Yeah, what's the chase? The armor, the shaders.
For me, I want
enhanced perks.
Yeah, enhanced perks on armor.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, now it's probably a better farm than Menagerie because you can just sit in. It's
Iron better now than
turn in tokens.
Well, what's the cost of your sanity, though?
Your soul.
Yeah.
But what did it cost?
I just
How many
hate
games
the mode
before you go
Iron
crazy?
Banner. I used to love Iron Banner, and then
I know.
I hate the mode. Like, listen, the whole lockout.
But you know what it is?
No,
Here's what happened.
Do it.
They cooked it. They cooked it. They put it in the fridge. They left it out on the counter, and then several months went by.
Then they ran it over.
Yeah.
And then
in the dead of heat of summer, on the hood of the car, and now they want you to eat it, and you're like, hard pass.
Though, what happened to Iron Banner? Because we all used to be super excited when it came around.
It used to be the thing to play, and then you kind of got back into it.
Is it the skill-based matchmaking?
I think it's got to be skill-based matchmaking. It makes it really it
makes it truly awful.
I feel like their allowance for lag is like 100 milliseconds to a full second for people.
I went against Pervy, okay, and they were practicing for the tournament. Okay, wow. I want that SBMM, please. Thank you. Hate me, I don't care. I do not want to go against Gigs again.
Yeah, that Gigs guy.
I think the biggest issue is like just the lag that it brings, right? Because it's focusing so much on getting a tight skill match that you're more likely to have bad connections.
Yeah.
The window should be open, and if there's not enough people, then just add more people. But like, I should not be going against triple. Like what? Well,
the biggest thing is that you shouldn't be sacrificing match quality for like this match balancing that they do. Because they don't try to get everybody of the same skill in there. Like they try to like.
If it was just quality of like connection going into each one, then I'd be down for that for sure. Like I can't tell you how many times I died to someone just lagging through, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like, oh, great.
Please be on my team.
Yeah, this person's lagging and hard to hit. Oh, and they're unbroken. Huh? Imagine that. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean those are strong points, but. On Lord of Wolves, just to finish that, like how bad, like Do you think it's going to subside a bit for the next banner, or because I know in comp it's been a continued issue? Like, do you think it, when by the time you finished last banner, did you feel like it was unplayable, or did you get used to it? Do you fear that like you're just not going to want to play it because of Lord of Wolf still? Like, is it that broken, or are you like, no, like you kind of adapt?
I was swashbuckling, so I was having fun because I was only focusing on the swashbuckle.
That's a great perk.
I was only focusing on that. You get the melee kill, and then you just go kill everybody. If I managed to get one single good swashbuckle, I was happy.
What exactly is the swashbuckle? Can you explain it to me?
So swashbuckler is perk in Destiny 2. Comes on a decent amount of things, but basically it stacks up to 5 times. So think rampage. And with each kill with the weapon, you get 1 stack. But if you get a melee kill, you go instantly to 5 stacks.
Does it matter if the weapon is out at the time, or can it be stowed to get the melee 5 stacks?
The weapon has to be out.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you have 5 stacks, so I was using it on Gnor's axe, which is the precision shotgun from Iron Banner. It means that you can body shot from really far away with a precision shotgun, which is very spicy. And then you can also hit from even further away if you do get the headshot, which puts it into like chaperone range type of situation with a legendary shotgun.
Wow.
And I've been running that with Liar's Handshake, which is just the most fun because you're just there punching everybody, getting your health back, getting the instant kill melees, and then you get swashbuckler times 5, and then you can just run around and just body shot everyone with the shotgun, and it's great.
You mentioned that combo is pretty deadly, right?
So it's just a lot of fun. Yeah. So when I'm focused on
I had that.
I was less frustrated because I was like, I'm just trying to get a nice little swashbuckle going on. Yeah.
What would you think? You have to be a hunter to enjoy
Oh no,
because of Liar's Handshake, or it's fine without it as well.
So when we had Destiny Fun Police on the podcast, he was talking about his swashbuckler Gnora's axe, and he has a video on YouTube about that, and he's using Titan with the arms that make you stretch real far and punch things. So that of course anything that's gonna enhance your melee is gonna work really well with it because obviously you want to be able to melee people to get the ×5 instantly. So I think all classes have something that can kind of enhance their melee.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Sorry, Teft, I cut you off.
No, you're good.
What were you gonna say?
Well, yeah. What role would you recommend for Gnor's axe?
So it's really nice to have anything that makes it shoot really fast because precision shotguns have a cap on the range that they can get. And if you're going with a swashbuckler build, you don't actually need that much range because by you having swashbuckler active, it increases the range anyway. So I have like full auto, any mag that makes you shoot faster. Basically, you just want to be able to shoot as much as possible so you can keep the stacks going and get the kills.
Interesting. What magazines make it shoot faster?
What was it? Assault mag? What is it called?
So it slightly increases the fire rate?
Yeah, it increases it a little bit. I'll tell you exactly what is on mine. And when it dropped, I looked at it and I was like, oh, I don't know. This looks dumb. And then I have Toes from math class was in chat and he was like, that's amazing. What are you doing? Don't get rid of it. So yeah.
That's why my vault is full. I can't delete
Right? You don't want, you're afraid to delete like a god roll or something that is going to be a sleeper.
I know. Wasn't that crazy that on the episode with Datto, we were talking about the spike nades and I thought Swarm of the Raven. So, Mav, if you haven't heard, the Iron Banner, right? Grenade launcher Swarm. Everybody was going after it. And it was like, I forget it was before or after E3. But anyway, I forgot that Swarm of the Raven, the grenade launcher, had been out for quite some time. But everybody was talking about it. And I thought it was like a new banner thing. And anyway, I was in the middle of the show. I was like, wait, so what rolls do you need? And oh, that's right. Maybe I have it. I like looked up on my dim. I was like, oh, I have one. But it was like, my vault is full.
That's how my beloved was. Like, I was like, I really want to practice with the sniper. I gotta go run it. And then I was kind of cleaning out my dim and I saw it and I was like,
you had one. Oh man. That's the best feeling though. You're like, this is why we hoard. I had raided
the day before and ran a bunch of menagerie and I didn't have time to look at stuff because we literally went through the entire, like, we went through Scourge, we went through Last Wish, and then we went through the latest one. And then like, ran menagerie and then I went to bed because I was very tired. So then the next day I was like, oh, cool.
Yep.
That must be nice.
So Mav, it was
every now and then that happens to me. I'll have something in there and be like, oh, I actually have the roll.
Yeah.
I have every Edge Transit roll.
Which was funny too because you probably had one with spike nades.
I had like
totally
3 with spike nades.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was good to go.
Actually, it was
totally
like
decent.
It was 3 with spike nades and hard launch, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 70 edge transits in my vault right now.
Yeah. So wait, did we sort out this assault mag thing?
Assault mag.
What's
Yeah,
the barrel you want to go with?
I'm not really. I don't really care about the barrel.
There's got to be like a barrel,
Continue.
right?
There's got to be a barrel. Yeah, I have chambered compensator or polygonal rifling.
Okay.
Wait, what weapon are you? This is a hand
Ganora's
cannon?
axe.
Oh,
So
sorry. This
shotgun.
is for Ganora's.
Yeah.
That's the role you want, but with
Assault
like,
mag,
on it.
full
Assault
auto,
mag,
swashbuckler.
full auto.
Swashbuckler is a
Swashbuckler.
fun perk. I'm glad they came
It's
out
really
with
fun.
that.
Try
That's
it,
very
Tefty.
new.
Try if you get it.
Mhm.
Try it with Middle Tree Arcstrider
Mhm.
because the line attack melee, you get the kill with that, and you have time.
Oh, that counts.
Ooh, nice.
That
It also
sounds
procs
spicy.
your Liar's Handshake perk.
Nice.
So
So
you
your
can
next
proc
melee
it, and then you
heals.
come
Get health
down
back.
into the air. And
Yeah,
you smash
it's the melee for that the middle tree is just too good.
Nice.
really
Yeah.
And it's fun
It's cool
and it's
looking.
sparkly.
It's cool looking too. It's
Yeah,
sparkly.
it is. It's very sparkly.
Yeah, it's
true.
very
I
flashy.
do
I
love
like
the
it
way
too.
it looks.
Yeah.
It does look cool.
Maybe
Well,
a little more on iron. Oh, sorry.
I'm personally going to be going for something with Ganora's axe and then different armor perks for me. But like, when it comes to Iron Banner, I have this like optimacy. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm optimistic to get it in Iron Banner. Then an hour later, I'm like, am I causing
Get me
physical
out.
pain
Get
to
me
myself
out.
right now?
Yeah, I feel like the matchmaking stuff, but I feel like we dodged the question a little on the Lord of Wolves. I mean, I honestly think it's going to be pretty bad again. But like,
I'm bringing my Lord of Wolves into Iron Banner if I
Yeah.
have to play.
the
I'm
only
being
way.
completely honest. You have to survive.
I still feel like the people who get affected the most by Lord of Wolves are shotgun heavy users, and because if you snipe
get that
or play
close.
mid range, usually you can see somebody running out with Lord of Wolves being like, "The wolves are unleashed. Let me at you." You know, you're like,
It
"I'm gonna kill
literally
you."
howls.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think shotgun players in PvP know what they're doing. Like they come for me. They come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I have to survive. I'm just like a little kindergarten in Iron Banner when it comes to like. I have not played much Iron Banner just because I really hate the mode. It's so unfun for me.
Oh, you'll love it now. So give it a shot. Yeah, it's
I
just
played
me
one
with
match
Lord of
of Iron
Wolves.
Banner with Lord of Wolves last month, and then I was like, "We're good, quota met."
It's rough.
So,
That was
I'm extra
awesome.
mad too because I suck with Lord of Wolves. I guess I don't know
which
what I'm doing.
sucks because Iron Banner used to be my favorite. So I hope they
Yeah.
do something with it because I'm sad.
Yeah, it's funny. What was the suggestion? Didn't we just say like, yeah, now that we've played more, we know it's coming. Do you feel like they should have considered like locking Lord of Wolves could they lock it from PvP? I don't know that that's even possible, but like, would you rather it just would not available in the game right now at all, or are you just?
I think
fine
they
dealing
said
with
something like that. Didn't they say
think
something
they
like
said,
they
"We're not
could
gonna
lock
take
it
it away."
out, but we're not going to take it away. Like
Yeah,
have the
like, from
moment,
the whole
enjoy the
game.
gun. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They've done
I
that
don't know.
before. I can't remember what gun was it.
can't wait to get my emblem.
Did they do that?
I hope it
before?
tracks Lord of Wolves deaths.
I remember
Yeah.
laser tag. That was fun.
That's what I want.
Oh yeah,
Laser tag
the
was fun,
cold-
yeah.
Was it Prometheus or
great.
Cold Heart? Is it Prometheus?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
But in addition to Lord of Wolves, remember what do you guys think of the armor quest, which a lot of people
Oh,
know,
right.
this is crazy.
Forgot
It's
about
taking
that.
forever, right? I don't know if you want to detail at all, like how long it takes to get things, but another note, we did get some feedback on getting the armor. So if you're chasing an Iron Banner, and they have some changes lined up, but they didn't make it in time for this Iron Banner is also the news. So it's going to
It's
be the
also
same.
not meant to be done in 1 week. I
Right.
think it's supposed to be done throughout a season. So
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
going to take a while.
so
the grenade one was the rough one.
yeah, the only issue with that is like you technically have 3 in a season to get
It's
it
not
done.
many.
3.
Yeah, it's not a lot. And now you got Lord of Wolves in 66% of those.
Yeah, exactly. And Lord of the Wolves can definitely kind of make you feel like, do I really want to play that mode? So I don't know.
But you have to, for those who haven't been playing, right, you have to step through the armor pieces in an order, right? And you have to do, just like any other quest, you have to complete things to get the next piece of armor to drop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. But like, so it's funny because we were all chasing Swarm of the Raven, and like you didn't want your armor to drop because it would end up in your loot pool. Which, by the way, again, pro tip: don't drop your armor or use a different character that doesn't have that quest done and get your tokens done. Yeah, get your tokens done at Saladin, because again, let's say you drop legs, all of a sudden, like I swear 50% of the drops were like legs on one character. I was like, whoa, and somebody's like, no, switch to the other character. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But once it's in your loot pool, it's like it's corrupted. If you're trying to get like some of the weapons, which is also kind of interesting side effect. Because can you get Ganoras from the tokens, or does that have to come from? Yeah,
you can get from tokens. Yeah.
Right. So like in a way, you don't want to use your tokens on a character, right? That has the armor dropping, unless you want to get rolls on your armor.
Yeah.
You want rolls on.
Yeah.
Like the gloves look really good for a hunter.
Yeah.
And some of those ornaments, yeah. But yeah, exactly. Like the Ganora's Axe stuff, I'll probably just pop those on my Titan. Because I'm looking for those, depending on how many I actually get.
Oh, the Titan.
But yeah, that's too bad that it's not they haven't fixed up the quest quite yet. But
yeah, it is what it is.
The charity Titan.
It's too bad they just don't lock it out. Like, have it active for the first 2 days, and the rest of the week just nobody can equip the Lord of Wolves.
I know, right?
You locked out my favorite gun. Why, Bungie? I can't believe this. Yeah.
All right.
What's next on the THWAB?
We should probably talk about the cursed juju.
The
cheese curse.
Mm.
Do you want me to read through this, or does anyone want to sum this up?
Through it.
Yeah, give it a quick read
through it.
We need to hear all of it.
A guardian always pays their debts. As part of Season of Opulence, Guardians are paying homage to their previous adventures to earn awesome rewards. Some of us leveraged an exploit in the Tribute Hall, taking advantage of Callus's generosity with some clever character switching shenanigans to place that free tribute over and over and over. You get it. This allowed some players to skip the tribute experience entirely, making other players who had done bounties and pledged large amounts of their reserves, leaving them feel a little irked. So they said, and the summation of that, by the way, is, if you started your tribute hall, you got your first bounty done, and then you switched the character before you open the door, it just doesn't cash in, and you keep getting a tribute for each time you load in and load out. So
bugs are fun.
I tried that out. It works really well.
Did you do it?
So they say, let's move to the next paragraph. They say we will be fixing this glitch on July 30th as we kick off Solstice of Heroes. As you know, it is our policy, is not our policy to punish players who discover cheeses, loot caves, or workarounds in the game. If you took advantage of this shortcut, you can rest easy. You won't be marched in front of Callus for sentencing. However, you will not be able to keep using all of your ill-gotten rewards until you square up things with Callus. The tributes placed total will now accurately reflect individual tributes placed on your accounts. If you use the exploit, this number will be updated to properly reflect the total number of tributes you've actually placed. The activation and equipping of both the Bad Juju Catalyst and the X marks the spot emotes are also gated by your total number of tributes placed. Bad Juju will not require you to have the 18 tributes placed for it to be used. So they're saying if you get the gun through those 18, well, all right, they're not going to take that away, but you're not going to get the catalyst, which is like 45, I think. And the X marks the spot was like 50.
That's right.
So again,
pay
you cheesed it,
and
you're using these things. You have until July 30th to square up. So that's for the catalyst and the emote.
Fran, I'm going to need you to square up.
I'm gonna need you to square it up.
Square up, Fran. Come on.
Came up.
Squared.
Let's just let's get it out there. Yes, I cheesed it, but here's why. I just got back Sunday night. I got a show to do today.
Excuses.
And I said, I want to try Bad Juju. Dude, I also got
you need to square up.
Lumina, and I got it done, and I was gone this whole time.
Aren't you nervous about like Callus looking at you while you're sleeping?
I am a
he
little
owns
bit.
your soul,
Funny when
man.
He's literally he's in every electronic. He can become anything. Yeah,
I know.
You better watch out.
In debt.
He knows where you are.
He knows how much you didn't pay him.
That camera.
His daughter is actually Alexa, so I mean.
Yeah, exactly. My hue light just starts glowing. Oh, you've cheesed.
Alexa sees assets.
So yeah, if you did it, the good news is you get to keep the Juju, and that's only 18 triumphs. I think, when I hear stuff like this, I'm like, that's fine. I was like, honestly, I'm of the mindset you can take the gun away from me. I didn't earn it. It'd be a bummer. But like, I'm serious about it. Like, it's meant to be earned in a certain way, and the people who do it, I'd love to hear what you guys think. The people who do it worked really hard for that stuff, and I respect that. But I think this is a fair fix. And like,
I spent a lot of resources. I don't know if I really worked hard for it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you did, though. You spent a ton of legendary shards. Like, what do you have to do?
I went from 11,000 legendary shards to 9,600 legendary shards.
But you've used thousands of legendary shards to get this done.
Yeah, 2,000, right?
Yeah. And you have to wait till Spider's like selling the right stuff. Is that accurate?
Oh, Spider.
Well, actually, you can use
need Glimmer.
So you can use the ship cheese, I guess, if you want to call it that, to where you can print out.
You're using another cheese.
Well, okay, so there's a Glimmer cheese.
There we go.
There's a Glimmer cheese, and it's essentially like going to Spider.
I heard about this.
All right, yeah. So if you have the Forge exotic ship, you can print that out for 5 legendary shards, and it breaks down to 2,500 Glimmer and 3 legendary shards. So it essentially costs you 2 or 3 legendary shards for 2,500 Glimmer.
Oh, and does that give you as much as Spider?
Hold up. You spend 2,500 Glimmer and get back 5,000. I think that's what it is also. Yeah. So anyways, you can restock your Glimmer with that ship.
Oh.
It's boring.
And that's not being fixed right now, I don't think, right?
No, it's not being fixed.
That's just you using the economy efficiently, right?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's stocks and bonds. You buy and sell. You buy low, sell high. Yeah.
Tefty trader.
Oh God,
day trader theft. All right.
What would that look like? I wish there was like some sort of trading in Destiny. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, stock ticker type of thing in Destiny. Like
they'll put it at your craft workstation.
In fact, what about Wormspore? I miss Wormspore, man.
Wormspore.
Yeah, right? Why?
Don't judge me. Don't judge my Wormspore addiction.
You want spin metal back too?
Yes. I'll take the spin metal.
Want some Wormspore?
Yeah.
What did you guys think? So the truth is, right, I've other than any tributes and stuff that I've got, I didn't really.
The truth is, Fran, you changed it and we're really disappointed.
Here it comes. Lecture. Lay it on me.
We're not mad. We're just disappointed. All right.
Oh God.
I am dedicated to this show. I had to do it for the show.
You're not a parent? That's
Pope called me from Cambodia, and he said,
he lectured
you don't get bad juju. That's it, Fran. We're counting on you. I was like, I had to see my 97-year-old grandma in Florida. I was busy. So because
you were wrestling alligators. Come on, man.
And and the alligators. But seriously, what do you guys think of getting the tributes? Do you think it was just the urgency that people had to get Juju? Because I didn't hear good things about it. I heard people like, all my resources.
I was pretty frustrated. With the whole thing. I was frustrated with the whole tribute thing. It didn't really explain very well. And then I kept going back and forth and just they just explain things differently than they normally do, I think. And that was something I had to really just suck it up and figure it out. But it was just a little different than it took a minute for me to be like, what? What?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really
call everything a tribute. So you're like, a tribute for what? The tribute for the everyone's a tribute.
Triumphs are gives you tributes if you do a triumph. That confused me too.
But then a triumph is also
triumphs can also give you tributes.
Yeah.
So you're like, what's the section?
The language behind it.
Word or something. I think they used a word too much.
Well, I kept calling it the Triumph Hall. It's not. Yeah. It's not the Triumph Hall. It's the Tribute Hall.
The language behind it is definitely confusing, for sure.
Or it's the Tribute Hall, I guess, actually.
I mean, the impression I got was that, if you wanted to get this done day one, it was going to cost you. And it obviously did.
Everything.
It costed a lot of people a lot of resources.
September, you guys can't be buying all that stuff with the Bright Dust. You better pay up, Guardian. Get your silver out.
Because you could just wait, and then you get an 80% discount after you've done all that stuff, and then spend all that resource on it. But that's if you had to have bad juju and the catalyst that day, you were going to pay a hefty price. And
A lot of money.
I personally don't mind that. I think that's fine. What was it, Fran?
A hefty price.
No K tribute.
That's what I'm here for. Pope's not doing the dad jokes. I'll do them. Watts, what did you think of the tribute hall?
I don't have the catalyst yet. I'm waiting. I don't feel
you trying to get the 80% discount?
Yeah. I don't feel like, I need this right now, right? If there was like a new content coming out, Bad Juju Catalyst was like the thing that people were thinking you needed to
extend.
Get it done, then I would do it. But I don't feel a rush to get it. I got Bad Juju just by, I bought some stuff and then I did some of the
shredded
tributes.
Some ships.
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, okay, that's just.
Why not?
I've just
play the stock market. Come on.
I'm just playing the game. I'm playing the game.
Stocks and bonds.
Finishing the tributes, and then I'm getting the discount, and then I will spend all of my resources to get it. But yeah, I don't really feel a rush to get it right now.
How's the discount work again? Like for buying tributes, is that what it is? Like.
Yeah, so you have bounties that you get every day, which will give you more of a discount when you complete them. So you're going to be completing bounties every day to get the discount. You turn them in to Callus, and then your discount eventually will reach an 80% maximum discount, the max you can get. And that's when you spend all your resources.
And the difference of what
it's not too bad. There's like 4 of them, and it's like
they're really easy.
Well, they require Gambit, so watch out.
Gambit.
Oh boy! Wait,
you
so
can
you
leave
spend
like halfway through the game, to be honest.
You spend less resources. Is that right?
Yeah, 80% less.
You get a discount. Yeah.
Got it.
Which, honestly, see, I am very I look at my Bright Dust. My Bright Dust is definitely my most precious resource that I have because.
Oh yeah, it's going to be.
Did you delete everything? Do you have a lot of Bright Dust right now?
I've already done that.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
I haven't done that yet. I'm very excited
definitely do that before.
Everything.
What is it? September 17th. You want to make sure before September hits, you delete all of your Eververse items to collect all that dust. Definitely do that. You probably have 20,000 dust in there sitting.
I probably have so much dust.
Yeah.
I have a good amount.
That's the only resource I was worried about. And I stopped at that. I was like, I could have gotten it that day for 45 tributes. And I was like, I have to blow how much dust?
Yeah.
Nah.
You can't just
I draw the line here.
Dust.
You can't just get dust, okay?
Yeah. You can't just go AFK in forges for dust. That ain't happening. That's like some hard-earned XP right there.
But yeah, I don't know. I got the impression Tribute Hall, what it is. So yeah, what'd you think of Tribute Hall? You probably talked about it on the last show, I guess. But doing it seems like, I don't know, maybe not that fun.
I actually liked it. I thought the Tribute Hall was really cool. I liked the whole process. Again,
the hall itself is neat.
For people who are going to play it for 3 weeks, I think it's actually a really cool piece of content to where you're doing this thing, you're checking off the list.
I also like that it's easy to find. I was like, all right, who do I have to go and how do I figure this out? And it's it's right there. It's literally next to the menagerie. So it's right. You don't really have to go anywhere to look for how to do something. So I really appreciated that.
It's weird because that popped out to me too, Mav. I was like, where is the, it's right where
it's right there. It's right in my face.
I think part of it is when you open the menu, I don't know if it's the same on console, but half of those icons are showing. And it actually, so I think it was a combination of they just made sure you could see where it was at. But I really liked that it was intuitive, like you're saying. I didn't have to Google something, which sometimes happens for this stuff, or dig into planets and find out where it's at. So, but the call was cool, and the Bad Juju case and the presentation.
That was cool. Oh my gosh!
And the mission is really cool.
The mission is really good.
I think I was watching some of DCP Live last week, and you guys were talking about it, but I didn't. Maybe I tuned out, or you weren't spoiling stuff, but I think it was just sort of described. Oh, you go back through the Leviathan, and I was like, oh, I kind of was picturing Ascendant Leviathan, but man, it's a lot more than that. And I want to throw out there: were you guys paying attention to the sound and the music cues?
Oh.
I'm excited about Shadowkeep because whatever's going on, if this is the prelude, seriously, I got some of the best vibes from this update in particular. The way they were cueing some of the audio. I just thought it was really
just
really
the vibe of that. It's almost like the Ascendant challenge of it, right? I can't wait to solo it. I haven't finished it yet. I have to change it up. I had to
I tried the first time
set up, and I was like, I don't have time tonight, but I'm gonna do this. I can't wait.
Go Invis. Invis Paragon mods, boom.
Okay.
I personally hope that that's like the format for the majority of the exotics in the future, because that whole setup to where it led to this thing to then unlock this mission. The mission's really cool and even has some stuff associated with it, the Triumph thing. And I think it's awesome. I want more of that in the future.
Yeah, completely agree.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Anyway, so do you guys think they're doing the right thing? Calling back and saying, look, you got to earn the tributes. And
Definitely.
You think they're handling it right?
Yeah. Fran, I would be pissed off if you skated by not having to pay those resources, man.
Even though I'll like never use it, you'd just be upset.
I'd be upset.
I understand why. Yeah, I do actually. Like I said, I think it's the right thing.
You have to pay me Bright Dust if you're not. If
I want a refund.
I want a refund of my Bright Dust, man. It's the only thing I care about.
Fair. Yeah. And Mav, you were okay with that in terms of what they're doing? That's the right way to handle it.
Listen, I think fixing whatever bug happened is great, and then also the way that they actually brought it up to like, yeah, well, you skated by, but you still have a lot to do, so go sport. Like, that's fine.
Fran, how do you feel about this?
Like I said, I'm stand by what I said before, and I wasn't joking.
If they took,
no, I'm not. If they took everything away, I honestly, I just wanted to try it out, and like I guess my solution when I get in those situations should be like maybe I just need to like ask, hey, can I log into somebody's account and try? So I'm prepped for the show, and like you let people know that, because I know a lot of content creators do that because you have the pressure. But seriously, I didn't want to cheese that way. I don't have Last Word or Thorn, by the way. Like I manage my time, like I want to get that stuff, but if something like this comes up that I can grab something to try it out, like it's gonna be pretty tempting.
Fran, do you know Mr. Briar Rabbit?
I've heard of him.
Do you know how much he prepares to be on DCP?
Well, I know.
He prepares by playing Forza in his VR helmet with his steering wheel in his Lego car.
The Lego cars are great.
It's called perspective, right?
Yeah.
It's an interesting Destiny perspective.
He doesn't even know what a bad juju is. He has no idea.
Yeah. That's what that's where I feel fortunate, is that Briar, chances are he probably doesn't have it.
Briar he's our D1 anchor. He is the Destiny fan that remembers the glory days of D1 and is waiting for that to fully return.
About it.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah. Brings up Eververse.
Eververse
I got Lumina. We spent 28 hours in the raid. Like, okay, I play the game. Like, I've got my God Roll Beloved, etc. I don't know why. I'll tell you. Here's why. I suck at PvP, and I was starting to get a little better in D1, and like D2, I've just not really sunk in. It's funny. I was talking to I don't know. I saw Drewski and Cammy Cakes, if you know some of those folks at Guardian Con, and I forget exactly what I was talking about. I got inspired to be like, I need to like start trying again. So anyway, because I don't play PvP as much, I just didn't feel like they were PvE weapons I needed. And I think that's why I don't have them, because now again I'm gonna
you kind of have like you have the guns you like to play with, and they work, and they're very good, and they're still like people's favorites. So you're like,
yeah.
Especially if for folks that don't have like a lot of time. Like I've been starting to collect everything, but like for a while there, I was like, I don't want that gun. Like it's not something that I really want right now. So I'm not like, I'll get it eventually. I get everything eventually.
You might want to bust out some Just Dance for a while, right? And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do that instead, right?
Yeah, you gotta fight the gamer body. You gotta.
That's the gamer body, exactly.
You gotta fight that.
I think we just give into it.
Just give into it. I mean, we did eat a whole Briar.
Get your dad mods. Get ready for your dad loadouts.
Yeah,
that's
perfect. That's a real loadout.
That's a dad perspective.
Oh man. What else was in the THWAB? Anything else?
Let's see. So they did just sort of confirm that Taraba, Bad Juju, and Acreus are the exotics that will contribute towards the Tribute Hall Triumphs. There was a little confusion over sets of armor as well as like what weapons. So again, if you have the proper Acreus, the Bad Juju, and Taraba, those will contribute if you're using them towards those triumphs. And also, players can only complete 22 of the 24 total moments of triumph. The final two triumphs. Yes. Well, if you're trying to get the title.
Have you guys got the Mavabra yet?
The what?
The what?
The Mavabra, the Terabah.
Oh, the Mavabra.
The
The Terrible, as I've heard it called.
I got that. I have it.
You do
not have it.
Yeah.
I've got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I still don't have the scout rifle from the raid. And that's the only thing I need for Shadow. And I made
Really?
a warlock specifically to get the scout rifle.
Oh, no.
I made a warlock just for the scout rifle. I played all day to get it at level 50. And then we did the bounty too. So we had the bounty loot as well, and still no scout rifle.
So
Does
that
exist?
Like that's your biggest chase right now is trying to get Shadow and therefore this.
Because that's all I need. I just need the scout rifle for the Shadow title, and then I'm done.
3 crowns a week then, proper?
Well, now I need to make a Titan.
That's what I was wondering. So you were only doing 2. I think
you might as well.
You gotta round
Titan out the set.
There. You know what's? Oh man, having to play through the story.
It's
and all
true
that,
though.
It's brutal.
Isn't there like
Terrabras is not very good.
Spark? It's what, Mav?
It's not very good.
Terraba could use a little love.
So
it needs a little
is,
spice. It's just a little bit. It's like it's basically Recluse, but worse. Like Recluse is like a constant high performance weapon, and the Terrabra is like down here for a little bit, and then you have a moment up here, and then it drops. But that's only if you keep it equipped. If you switch your guns, you'll lose the buff. So you're like,
Right. But you get some kills, and
you get kills. It powers up, and then it turns red, and then when you press the reload button, then it shoots crazy fast, and it's pretty strong if you're just working on ads. But if you have to switch guns, then you lose the buff, and then you're better off just using the Recluse.
Yep.
But it looks awesome, and it works toward the Triumph Tribute, whatever drama, the whole set you have to wear for that stuff. So
yeah, Recluse is 100% better. Unfortunately, you get a kill with anything. You switch to Recluse, it's like performing top tier.
It's very good. It's just like it's hit or miss with what you're playing and like what Singe is on and like what exactly scenario you're in. And Recluse, you're like, it's great.
Yep.
But yeah, so also to finish that then, so the XIX title, what number is that, by the way? I guess we should know by now. What is that number?
2019.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So if you're trying to get that title, you need to get a total of 24 triumphs, but you can't do that right now. The final 2 triumphs will become available with the launch of Solstice of Heroes on July 30th. So in the meantime, you're just unable to complete the seal, and that's intended. So
yep.
I love Solstice. Solstice is always so good. I feel like that's their favorite event to run because summer and just pre big launch situations. So they're just kind of like hyping everything up. I feel like it's a favorite of theirs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I recently looked, and I'm actually really close to Dredgen. I've never chased a title.
Dredgen is like a title that you can, for the most part, kind of just chip away at if you're playing Gambit. And then there's a few things where it's like, okay, wearing full armor or using full weapons that you need to actually do. So it's kind of nice to have a title that...
I need the ghost and ship, basically.
Yes.
So
I got that right away.
I'm the same way. Like I would like a title. I forget if we've...
The Dredgen's great. I really want some of the other titles now. That's like kind of what I'm hunting for right now. So I'm trying to do that before everything comes out, because then I'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted the Beloved, because I wanted to practice my more sniping, because sniping hasn't really been super spicy lately, and it's kind of picked back up. So I was like,
it really has.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm excited. It's felt great. It's been fine. Like, yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, I've never been somebody who's chased like lore or titles in games. I've always been the tactile loot type of thing. Like if it's a cool piece of loot, I want that. Even if it's like cosmetic armor type of stuff, usually I've kind of been like, maybe, I don't know. But if it's like a really cool weapon or something that changes gameplay, I'm all about it. Titles are just titles. It's literally a title that's on your character. Some people love that stuff. I'm like,
love it.
I think Shadow's the first one I really wanted, because it's like Shadow. Like it's just a cool title, especially for a hunter. I just feel like it kind of makes sense. Shadow.
Yeah. So, Watts, how do you feel if I told you that because we cheesed the chest to get all those runes done, that they're going to take that away from you and to get? Because don't you have to do 200 runes to get the Shadow title?
You have to make weapons, right? Oh, like slot.
Yeah, you have to use a total of 200 runes, I think. Anyway, I was just joking, but like that. In other words, I really wanted it too, but I think you have to do 200 runes. Which now that the chest, like you can't do it like a ton at a time. It's gonna take forever.
That will take a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's
I'm
a lot
less
of menagerie.
looking forward to that.
That is a lot of menagerie.
So yeah, you got to slot 200 runes, but yeah, Bungie, nerf it, take it back if they cheesed it back, because Bungie. We all agreed. You heard them. Watts agreed. She agreed. So you might want to roll that one back. So no, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm not jealous at all. Obviously.
Well, I mean, it depends.
So
like, would you want to? I mean, is the menagerie going to be in Shadowkeep? Like, maybe that's like
I'm sure it is, right?
Indication, like, right? Like, if it's still going to be there, then I don't know if we're going to roll it back.
Right. Do you mean
you know what I mean?
Add more weapons to it, or
if they
it'll
decide
be around?
If they decide to update it, or maybe even make a new menagerie. But not menagerie, but new menagerie.
Menagerie
I don't know
Plus.
if that would count.
Shadow Menagerie.
Like maybe like a Shadowkeep version of Menagerie, but called something else. I don't know.
Moons.
Or maybe like a different map altogether.
The haunted
like a different.
Menage.
Honestly, this is something that I've always wanted Bungie to do, and they never do it. And I'm always like, come on, Bungie, you have these really cool things.
Stop wasting your resources, Bungie.
Exactly. Awesome things. Take those resources, add different cosmetic visuals. Yes, they need to take things and build on it.
I'm gonna assume that you watched the talk with the PoE devs about like why they do so well and why they just reuse their assets and just make cool levels and stuff.
I didn't get to see that. What was that pretty much? What was the summation of that?
DICE, and they were talking about like why they're successful, why they just work on a bunch of different assets. And then they just kind of throw it together and they're like, okay, we're going to make this something cool. And we're just going to pull from our cloud. And then voila, that kind of feels like Menagerie. And if they have so many levels and strikes and assets and rooms and stuff, there's so much more opportunity to make new ones
pull more
all the time, rather than just like big expensive raids and you beat them and you're like,
or like the big expensive new activities, right? It's like something like Menagerie must have taken a lot of time and resources to make. And if they could just add even a new room to Menagerie with new loot, it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
instead of just making a completely new
raid encounter location, everything. It could just be a new room. It could be a couple of runes. It could be just like a set. Like they could just change them out. I don't know.
Yep.
They can do anything. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they could mix that up for sure, though. But anyway, as far as the THWAB, I believe, unless in the chat help us out if we miss it, I think that was all the really big stuff. There's some current ongoing known issues and stuff. I don't know if we normally go into depth on that, but
yeah, technically it's a bit of a lull for news right now. I mean, stuff's going on and it's been exciting to see things drop, but this is the first week that nothing new has dropped.
Yeah, so they did
a new thing every week. Yeah,
they did kind of like just share everything in a big stream, and we're like, it's everything. We're like, what?
Yeah, and they have been dropping little nuggets here and there. Yeah, which is cool. It's a very exciting time to be a Destiny player. It really is. It's also like a pain point of like, oh man, September looks so good. We have 2 months. We do have the solstice. That'll be fun, but I'm like. Everything I'm thinking about the moon and the cool things that are going to happen and the Armor 2.0.
I've had so much fun just trolling around on the internet with just like how the moon's haunted. Because like that's just become so fun with their community.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, you just had a baby. Cool. But did you know that the moon is haunted? And you're like, Area 51. Isn't that where the moon is? It's haunted.
Yeah. That's how you get to the moon.
Yeah.
I just went to Costco today. Yo, moon's haunted. Did you
know the moon's haunted? Grandma, the moon is haunted.
Grandma would know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grandma's definitely on the up and up on that
NASA
stuff.
Literally said it's not haunted, and
they did. Yeah,
I'm dying. I'm living.
I loved that. That was so funny.
I wish Destiny
NASA would say that though. NASA. They would cover it up. Clearly, they don't want us to know what's on the dark side of the moon. Come on, it's haunted.
Extremely haunted.
Yeah. Is it time for some questions? some Twitter questions?
I think so.
Is it time?
We got.
I wasn't ready.
We got time for a few of them.
I have the page pulled open.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Grab
one.
one. Briar's not here, so that means that this is going to be a train wreck of Twitter questions. So,
yes, that's what it is.
you know, Briar, next time, don't get eaten. You know, that'd be better. All right.
Just Briar.
Okay, let's see. Boy, how does he do? He just reads what something that's right.
He makes a list. He even prints it out.
He curates them first. So yeah,
he curates them first. So this is hard.
All right, let's just start with the obvious one. Papa Chop asks, when will Tefty admit to being a warlock? The denial has been suspiciously strong.
I have no idea what that even means.
How he sounds.
What? This is all I got to do is look at time played.
Okay.
And you will see my most time played is on my hunter.
This is his normal
solves
excuse,
it.
But every video
we hear this all the time.
That's factual evidence.
Briar's haunted.
Yep. All right.
Briar is haunted.
Jimmy Scooter asks a good food question. When grilling chicken or Briar, do you put the barbecue sauce on before you grill it or after?
Both. Mainly.
Oh, you do both. That's the 200 IQ answer. Holy
Mainly
cow.
before, but if it just you cooked it too long, then it's probably gone. So just after, if you made a mistake.
Yeah, because you got to keep it moist.
Yes.
Yes.
I read something was floating around recently, by the way, about like don't grill chicken, and these top chefs agree it's like a terrible thing to do. That it turns into like a rubber shoe.
It's called overcooking it.
Delicious.
That's why you got to put a lot of barbecue sauce on.
Yeah.
Slather it in Briar sauce, of course.
Briar sauce. Oh man.
Briar glaze.
We had there was a lot of like parts that weren't consumable, and we're making sauce out of them. Clearly, we'll bottle it up and sell it with the Briar bathwater, which is coming to the DCP.
Oh God,
store.
unrealistic expectations. Help.
Help. Watts, you find anything good out there?
I have a question from Miss Team KK, and this is for Mav.
Ooh.
How long did it take Mav to find the cat food under her bed?
Wait, what?
Hidden cat food?
Okay, all right, listen. So Miss Team KK, I think it was 2 years ago. She was staying at the house because I was at
being a good
E3.
host.
I was at PAX. It was PAX.
Oh, the pad.
And so she was trying to say hi to Daisy. Well, my cat's not the most friendly, so she was under the bed, and so she kept trying to bring her out with cat food, and she left it under the bed, and then it started to smell really weird in my room because it was in my room. So there's old, moist, rotten cat food under my bed, and it took like a week before I was like, Lauren, why is there cat food under my bed? So,
ew,
got real weird.
So about a week.
About a week. All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like an unopened can that she like, an
unopened can that
Easter
slipped
egg
under the bed,
like an Easter egg hiding type of thing. Like, did you find the can?
I definitely messaged her and was like, why are you like this?
Yeah.
Why are you like this?
Be a can of cat food beneath the toilet that says the moon's haunted.
Oh my God. I'm just going to name our next animal Moon.
Moon's haunted.
Especially if it's naughty. Haunted.
I don't have the questions pulled up, by the way.
I had another question from Mav from Fortune that said, what class and race is Mav going to play in Classic? WoW Classic, by the way.
Well, I was going to say WoW Classic?
I was like, in what?
For anyone that's confused. Well.
Definitely. Okay, so my team and I are running a guild. So if you're wanting to play WoW Classic, we are running Horde. I am Alliance. Okay, listen.
Listen.
I am going to be Forsaken something at start, and then my original class is a Night Elf Disc Priest. So I will have one on Alliance. So we're going to be raiding a lot. So, that's my life is going to be raids and perks. It's going to be great.
Nice.
Nice. Taff, did you find one?
No, I don't have it pulled up.
I got a fast one. Sir Luce asks, do you have any advice for someone who just bought forsaken an annual pass a mere week ago.
Have fun.
Good advice.
Have fun and
seriously have fun. Like there's so many things you can do.
Just have fun. You literally just to get the triumph stuff. It's just to play.
What would be best to prep though for Shadowkeep?
Is there really like
1,000 voices?
You have plenty of time.
You think you should grab it?
You have plenty of time. There's a quest that you get that will help you get higher power light. Enjoy what you're playing through. If you want to look for lore books along the way, there are YouTube videos to help you find that and maps and stuff to help you do that along the way. It's the only game that I don't have an add-on to find lore books in a game. So, and just do your dailies. And that's pretty much
like
you can't go wrong. That's the good news.
I think the thing is, don't try to do everything because you're gonna get yourself stressed out. Like,
please don't do everything.
Yeah, if you're trying to complete what's available in D2 before Shadowkeep, you're gonna stress yourself out, and you might end up hating yourself or hating the game. So have fun with it.
You don't want to get burnt out.
Yeah, get max level. Like if obviously power engrams are gonna boost your actual level, but like you can hit 690 right away with the stuff from Menagerie the Opulence quest, and then just have fun going from there.
Also, the Destiny community is incredible. So like there are a ton of Discords. Lots of streamers are very helpful in creating communities where everyone just plays with each other. So you're not going to be alone. There are a lot of people who are joining Destiny for the first time.
Yep.
So don't feel like you're like the oddball out because most of the time, if not every time I've seen anyone be like, I'm new, what do I do? Someone's like, let's go. And so just to be cool.
Yep. One final thing also, just because a lot of people are recommending a specific loadout doesn't mean you have to rock that. Destiny is really good in the sandbox and where you can use lots of different things. It's just there's a meta that's been discovered, and some people who are on that elite type of curve are going to be like, what? You're not using Mountaintop Recluse? Like, what the hell? It's like, don't listen to that. You can get by perfectly fine with using whatever you want.
Enjoy whatever gun type you like.
Tef,
exactly.
You said exactly that to me when I was.
We were raiding for a day one raid.
That's true. It was
different, Fran. Fair. This is
well. Just saying. Curious to hear you
Fran,
now.
That's adorable.
It's true.
This was a day one raid experience, and Fran was like, well, we need weapons? What?
No, I had Recluse. I didn't have Mountaintop.
We're bringing weapons to this? I had no idea. I thought this was a grenade
was sort
only.
Of like, he totally snubbed me. But I would say, I feel like you guys are right. Like, don't stress about it because that is what makes Destiny not so great at times. Like, even right now, I'm like stressed to cheese my way to just grab bad juju so I can try it. And like the truth is you shouldn't it's true. That can ruin things sometimes. So don't feel that stress. But I would say there are some essentials. I personally do think like getting into the raid and focusing on trying to do Last Wish above anything, I would make a priority if you like raiding. Just doing it, period. Because it's amazing set piece. And I think it'll get you ready for what's to come. But then trying to get 1,000 voices from the chest at the end of that, I think would probably still pay it forward in Shadowkeep, and that one sticks out to me.
A high
even
chance,
Recluse,
though, you're not going to get it in 2 months.
No, remember they buffed it, right? So I think there's a much better chance now. So
it's
no,
10%
I think
now, right?
In 2 months, you actually have a good chance of getting it, and so it's a lot of fun. People are still playing it, and a lot of people are trying to get it, and use LFG, for that stuff. But that one to me stands out as a big essential. That's all. I love my 1,000 voices when the time is right.
Oh, I blew myself up so many times.
Yeah, I do it all the time where I like throw it down on a wizard and it just flies right at me. I'm like, no, what are you doing? So, all right, what else?
I have a question from The Fonz Plays. Yes, The Fonz.
Whoa.
Hey, DCP, do you think the loop of playing competitive to get top-tier weapons for PvE was intended, or was Recluse and Mountaintop just a coincidence? Part of me feels like this is a top-tier loop they want to keep players in.
It seems
is it intentional?
It seems so obvious that it would be weird that it was unintentional, because it definitely increases the population, and then post 2100 it kind of becomes a ghost town.
True.
Sure.
I feel like the evidence leads it to they definitely knew this was somewhat intended and knew how these weapons were going to perform, and to get like comp more active, this would definitely increase those numbers. I don't like it though. I think it's a poor loop for PvE stuff. Like, you shouldn't trick people into playing PvP because it's unfavorable. Like, you should play PvP because it's enjoyable and it's fun.
Yeah. Ideally.
Yeah.
It would be the ideal situation.
Okay. I saw a pretty fun one here.
Okay.
Big Red says, in the intro to Shadowkeep, there will probably be a cutscene of our ship dropping us off. What song would you play in the background to accompany our return to the moon?
Ooh.
So, like, think you had the radio blasting. Like, what would it be?
Sabotage.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
I like that.
The good old beastie. Only because it's a joke in my chat.
I'm going to bring it right back to Immigrant Song.
I know, dude. That was the first thing that popped into my head.
Because that's
I was like, wait.
It was on the moon when they played it, right?
I mean,
I think
sure.
so. It was, yeah. So that's
if it doesn't play that, I'll be kind of confused.
It would be amazing if they did that.
If they had it playing like off in the distance, like you had it playing in like your ship,
Yeah.
so you kind of heard it, didn't hear it.
Be like, what? Oh, we're going back to the moon.
I think I'm gonna go.
Is it an anime song?
No,
The Attack on Titan theme song original.
It's the
Oh
Attack
God,
on
no!
Titan
I just
song.
got that out of my head.
No, Mav, how does that song go again?
No, I've never even seen it. God,
I think we'll do the Men in Black theme song.
Oh, I
By
kind of
Will
like
Smith.
that, and I like where you're going with that. That's
How does that
pretty
go
good.
again?
Aliens.
Black.
Here comes the
Oh, yeah,
moon.
that's what it is. Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yep.
There it is. Watts has got it. I'm in Mav as well.
We need a radio.
We
my
do.
God,
That would be
radio
cool
in
though
the
if it
ship
was
would be cool.
playing. You know, it's like
I
on the
would
radio
love
of
to
your ship.
have like a Destiny FM in the game.
That would be
It would just be
dope.
The
Paul
moon seems
McCartney
to be
song like
haunted.
the entire time.
Back to the
Paul
news.
McCartney and the Mars. That's the song
Man.
that we need to play when you get to the moon.
Infested and then yes. Oh my God.
Is there a
So-
Moon's Haunted song out there on the internet somewhere?
Not yet.
I don't know.
Google it.
I
Is
have.
Matty
Moon's
Platt's gonna
Haunted.
make one? I think he will.
We
He
need
has
it.
to.
So
He has to make one.
yeah. So part of me just wants "Come and Get Your Love," Redbone, Guardians of the Galaxy. If you guys
I
have
like
seen
that.
it.
Yeah.
Just because of
Come and
the
get your
would be so much fun. Just like the way that it. Anyway,
Did you
that'd be amazing.
know that that's on the actual ride in Disneyland?
Is it really?
What?
And it's like the Tower of Terror, but they made it Guardians of the Galaxy ride, and it's either Michael Jackson song or that song, and that's the song we had, and we kept falling, and I was like, I hate this song. I hate this song.
That sounds awesome.
That'd be cool. But
It was awesome. It was so much fun.
I was gonna say the truth is I actually really want, I think, From Whom the Bell Tolls from Metallica.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be amazing.
Oh,
That'd be
Fly
such
Me
a
to
cool-
the Moon. That's a good one.
Oh, Fly Me to the Moon.
Classic.
That would
Those are
be
great choices.
great to pull up to the moon.
You know
with
what?
that.
I'm
That's right.
inspired. I'm going to make a Spotify moon.
This would be good.
The haunted
Oh,
moon
that's a
playlist.
great idea. Ready for Shadowkeep launch?
I
Just
love
make
this.
sure you tweet us
Yeah.
so I can put it in a playlist.
Yeah, let's make a playlist. That'd be dope. Space Odyssey,
great
Space Oddity. Someone just said, yeah, all these amazing choices.
Moon is haunted.
Okay, what else?
Oh,
Question.
I was distracted by moon songs.
Yeah, I always
I'm
feel like
very
we should.
excited.
Should we find a Ferrari Friday question and Briar?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a few more questions, and then
Briar's much better at this than we are, though.
he's
But he
Okay.
prepares.
Yeah,
he also
yeah, he
prepares
prints
his
it out.
answers.
To be fair, we did.
You're cheating.
Did we say at the beginning of the show he had like a windstorm and like he couldn't make it?
No, he
so
got
if you're
eaten.
Wondering where? Oh yeah, you said he was. Sorry, I mean that
he's been
we didn't want-
consumed.
It's a cover up, you know.
He went to the moon
Ferrari, let's
because it's
see.
haunted.
Okay. This is from Gentleman Surg, who says, "How will your loadouts look like for the Area 51 raid? Weapons plus 1 exotic armor."
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I'm definitely gonna go spectral, so I can constantly go invisible with headshots.
And you can see where they are
exactly.
around the corner.
I can see Apache helicopters coming up. You know, they'll be like highlighted in my vision. So I'll probably do. You know, I hate to say this. I think a scout rifle is a good choice because it's desert and it's pretty big.
It's true.
Pretty long landscapes right there.
That is true.
I think Polaris Lance could be really good because I don't know how much ammo is going to be dropping out in the field.
I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Wish Ender because you want to be seeing all their. I feel like I'm going to see them in the dark somehow because they're crazy suits they're going to be wearing. So I'm going to use Wish Ender so I can see. And also just an arrow would be nice and silent. And then I'm just kind of feeling Raiden Flux, Arc Strider vibe. Like they're going to be coming at you, but I'm going to be like reflecting with my staff and jumping and just cutting my way all the way to the finish line.
What about when the Apache helicopters come in? How are you going to like hit them up there? Melee registration's pretty bad in things in the air.
You make a good point on that one.
Yeah.
Good point.
Maybe you could use
have a
Mountaintop
Swarm of the Raven
also.
equipped as well. No,
Swarm of the Raven.
No, I have Wish Ender equipped.
You're right. My bad. Yep.
So that problem solved.
Okay.
So
that's like you're like just coming in Legolas style, like just beautiful bow.
Yes.
In the desert, like
Darth Maul,
Legolas, and staff.
Amazing. Ninja. See, that's pretty good loadout. What else? Mav, you got any loadout? Any exotic? Any super you want to use?
I think if I'm going to raid it and I'm not planning to survive because aliens and big ships
U.S.
and
government
helicopters and the U.S. government, pretty sure they'll shoot me before the aliens. So
the Air Force.
Yeah. I don't know, something that's devastating, like maybe 1K or like the Ward of Coil or like
interesting.
Something just so annoying and just like big bursty, just going out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah. You're like, if you survive, this is going to be an awesome story. But if you don't, you're taking down everything.
I just took myself out. So
you're catching the whole landscape, right?
Just everything.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone. Yeah.
Huh.
All right.
I don't know what class I would though. Like
Warcliff Coil.
Yeah, I know. You got to think about your super. Like that's important when the time comes.
Tether them, Warcliff Coil.
Yeah, I think that would be like the ultimate lull.
Yeah.
Explosions.
The ultimate Area 51 lull.
Yeah.
Doesn't tether seem like alien technology?
Yes. And they're like, oh, that's what we're made out of.
You guys have alien technology too? This is crazy.
Yeah, they just call it off.
Yeah.
Well, remember, we'd be, I think we'd be, I
tractor
see, like,
cannon. Shoot the Apache with the tractor
Boop 'em.
cannon.
That's
cannon.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That would be great. That'd be great. Oh my God,
man.
the boop. Oh, that's just being killed by one of those in PvP is just the ultimate, like, I quit today. Like, we're done.
It's kind of a built-in teabag.
Yes.
It really is.
Not even a
It
respect
really is.
needle. Just instantly like, boop. Boop.
Next question.
Self-res warlock. Oh my God. Triggered.
Yeah. We doing any more? Is it last question?
Let's do one more question. Since our question
Bella was
abilities are
blocking
fantastic.
me from being able to see
So
questions.
you don't have one either, Watts?
I don't have one.
You want to go with a Ferrari question?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So you're all going to be given, each one of us, a free Ferrari. This comes in from Wayne. So you can either be given it right now, and you can keep it for a full calendar year, or you can be given it when you turn 60, but then you can keep it for the rest of your life. So which would you choose?
I'd choose 60.
60,
Yeah.
yeah. I might actually be able to drive it and leave my house when I'm 60, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm going to choose
Wait,
to
why
take it
wouldn't
now.
you be able to leave your house?
I can't leave my house now. There's no time for that.
Okay.
I'm going to choose.
Right? I don't like keep it for this whole next year. Like this next year is going to be the busiest year of my life. Like, I don't
you won't have time.
Guys, you didn't think about your Sparrow to Area 51. I'm bringing that Ferrari. All right. I'm taking this Ferrari and I'm using it as my Sparrow.
Can I take a walker? Can I have a walker as my Sparrow? Can I just ride on the back of a walker?
They don't exist in this universe. I'm sorry.
Start sabotage. I can't stand it. I know you're playing it.
Okay, that sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, so I'm taking it for the Area 51 raid.
Okay, that's good. I was gonna say, yeah, my first inclination was wait till you're 60 because like what you might have that for like 30, 35 years, like more, right? That'd be pretty sweet, however long you can drive. But I actually think I would take it right now because just think of all the amazing like deals you could just get.
If
any
I could
deal, you
sell
pull
it
up in
and
a
get
Ferrari and
money.
be like, yo, I'd pull up the Bungie, I'd be like, roll the window down, and be like, Deej, come on, let me in and see Shadowkeep. And he'd be like, you got
The
it.
Ferrari gets you access?
Yeah, it gets you so much access.
If I did decide to have the Ferrari this year, I would make so many mixtape videos in front of it.
Right?
Think of the Instagram potential.
You could make a
Playlist?
music video.
You could pull
In
it
Ferrari?
right up to a McDonald's and be like, Ferrari at McDonald's. You could be like, Ferrari at Taco Bell. Ferrari at 7-Eleven.
I would start. See, I would
Dunkin'
start
Donuts.
a YouTube channel just based on doing stuff with the Ferrari.
Weird stuff.
Every
with the
day
Ferrari.
you'd pull up somewhere else with a Ferrari.
And I'd
Ferrari,
pull up the
Walmart. What up?
Ferrari
I'd pull
at
up
the Quick
Briar's house
Lube.
all the time. Exactly. See, so I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, this sounds good.
Oh my
I think we
God.
solved a lot of life questions here, guys.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think so.
Mav is stressing me out. She's like, I'm stuck inside for a year. Look at now.
I
She's
mean,
right.
have you seen September?
I know. She is right.
We
So she's-
aren't going anywhere in September.
Yeah.
So get
If
outside
anyone
now.
asks me to go anywhere, I'm
I
like,
mean, who knows what's going to
PAX.
get popped out
PAX.
of Area 51.
Ugh.
Area 51
You guys
raid
going to
is
PAX?
September 20th, by the
I'm
way.
going
I will be at
PAX,
PAX.
Oh, is it?
and I will actually be at TwitchCon. So
Nice.
I don't know what else. I can't add any more to September. I can't.
Yeah.
Is TwitchCon in September?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
It's
like
around
the
the
last
20s.
weekend.
no,
It's like
ma'am.
It's like 12 days after the launch of Destiny or something. I say that because I felt like it was right on that cusp of what if the raid is 10 days after we had this
I
discussion.
know, and I was like, oh,
That'll be. I hope not.
I wasn't gonna go because I didn't want to risk it because it's literally like 10 days before
Yeah.
it launches.
But
and
book the
I was like,
hotel just in case, and then you can always. Yeah.
yeah, we have
But
like
it's
a
September.
we have like a big house that we are all staying, like 10 people staying in one house. It's gonna
Oh
be
my
it's
goodness.
gonna be crazy, but
Wait,
it's
it's
gonna
10
be fun.
days. Actually, it's only 10 days after September 27th to the 30th. So
It's gonna be insane.
That would be potentially a raid weekend, but
Could be,
I
yep.
hope not.
I hope that they here's my
Oh, wait.
hope. I hope that they
Yeah.
launch the raid not on a Tuesday or during the week. I hope it's on a weekend.
Yeah, just not this weekend. So
I felt so bad for everyone who isn't a streamer, which is a lot of people who are like, I work. What? So
right?
I felt really
Right.
bad. So
Yeah.
like I hope they change that because that made me
Yeah,
sad.
hopefully on the Friday after. I think
It was really hard to find
Yep.
people to even be able to raid and be able to just
Yeah,
like
that's a commitment right there.
well also too like just diving into new content and skipping everything because you have to like raid. So you're like
Yep.
but I did like the way that the raid was like this like the challenge mode. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the contest.
Yeah. Contest mode was
Contest,
awesome. Yep.
I like that a lot. But
Well, September's going to be packed, guys. It's going to be
September,
crazy.
I'm not going anywhere. There is no possible way because
Yep.
there's too many games that I'm interested in. There's like
Way too much
5.
stuff. Yeah. We need like 3 Septembers back to back.
no. That's too much. Oh my god.
But there's so much.
There's so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Guys, I think that's the show.
I think that's the show.
That's the podcast right there.
That was a good show.
Yeah, it was a
Good-
great episode.
Good talks.
If you want to find more of me, you can talk to me at Teft on Twitter. You can catch my streams, twitch.tv/TeftyTeft. And yeah.
Dimina.
Yeah.
It's me.
somebody.
There's no Briar.
No Briar. Briar throws it
I
off.
am Miss by 1000 Watts. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Just look for Miss by 1000 Watts.
And I am FM3 on Twitch. It's actually FM3_. So if you want to support me and like me on the show, head over there. Also, I always mention you can use me in the Epic Games Store if you're on PC. It's just Fran Mirabella is an easy way to support me there. So thanks, everybody.
Oh, just Epic Creator Code. Yes, Team Epic Creator Codes. I'm Mav. I go by TheMavShow everywhere. And you can find me on Twitch daily, sometimes twice a day. And YouTube, we're kind of starting a new Destiny beginner guide. So check it out. Give me some feedback. I would love feedback. And yeah, we do a lot of things. We play a lot of games, and Destiny's going to be big. So I'm really excited. So thank you so much for having me on the podcast again.
Thanks for being on the show, Mav.
Every time I come back, I'm like in another chapter of my life. So it's cool. Thank you.
It's great catching up.
It's so good having you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. Appreciate all the support. Once again, shout out to our patrons for making the shows happen as well, along with Side Quest, which happens Mondays at 1 p.m. Pacific time as well, where we talk about other things.
Talk about all things.
All things. Yep. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.